Wanna be high all the time
to keep you on my mind. Ooh.
Oh, we're in it.
Yeah, we're in it. This is the Foreplay Podcast. Nick, I wasn't going to go live yet, but you started looking at the camera and you were very happy. Why?
I am on the opposite side of the table this week. And apparently the right side is my great side.
Says who?
I look freaking good.
Better than the left side?
Better than the left side. Right side, Nick. Right Twix versus left Twix.
There is something to be said about that because on your left side you have
Tape on my glasses.
tape on your glasses, which is clearly
That also
visible
helps.
to the audience at all times. But
Does it shine? I don't know. You can't really. I don't think you could tell.
no,
The camera's not that high quality.
it's very subtle.
Yeah.
I don't
But
like
it
that.
exists.
I don't like that I'm looking over there and Mike's not there though.
Sorry. I don't know what to tell you on that one.
Mike,
Fell off his bike.
yeah, again, just can't ride a bike, guys. He's really bad. Well, I'm Brandon. That's Nick talking shit about
Hey,
nothing.
everyone.
And Kevin,
Hey.
the illustrious,
I'm back.
He's
Blockbuster World Champ.
back from the dead. Yes, they're Trump tweets, real or fake. If this is your first time
Yeah, that dog's
listening
gone.
to the Foreplay Podcast, well, we're gonna get fucking nerdy here today. Gonna become big old nerds because a special day is coming, and that day is E3. By the time this goes up, E3 will be in full swing on Monday. Do you know what Monday is, Nick?
Microsoft's press
No,
conference.
wrong. That's Sunday.
Taking a wild shot.
Monday is Ubisoft
Oh, so we can skip that anyway.
and Sony.
Woo.
This is for people who don't know. The E3
That's
press
good to say,
conference era is literally the point in time where Rosa shuts down. Just shuts it down.
This is my day. These are my days.
It's like his Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Easter, every holiday
I'm
into
pretty
one.
sure Rosa. I'm pretty sure Brandon, whatever the fuck you want to be called,
Yeah, I don't know what
Player
anyone
two.
calls me.
he would he would rather work like on Thanksgiving
Oh, easy.
or on like maybe not Christmas because Christmas is a special time.
Doesn't get
I don't.
Christmas or
If
E3.
Nicole's birthday wasn't Christmas, I don't know. E3 or Christmas.
rather than have to like what I'm gonna be doing. Shit.
You could be shitting.
No, I'm gonna be just
Maybe.
like keeping tabs on it, like on my computer throughout the day, not watching it.
This is my fucking holiday. There's only one other day in the year that I like more than E3. And that's July 4th because I'm a goddamn patriot. America, goddamn it. That's not true at all.
Are you just gonna give in like you did on Memorial Day?
Oh
on
my
4th of July?
god. Oh my god. Go all in. Fuck yeah. Repeat. So yes, E3. I took off like 6 months ago for this. Now the root of it, because we're getting into the four. I'm gonna do the whole rigmarole, all that shit. Just give me a second. Let me talk a little bit. I don't know why I love it so much. I've watched all the press conferences now probably for like 5-6 years. Press conferences. E3 is the Electronic Entertainment Expo. So all the major video game companies announce and reveal all their newest and latest shit coming out for this year and the years ahead. I do always love announcements though, across everything. Like if I know like a trailer is dropping for a movie or something, I'm fucking hype.
Yeah.
The hype is real.
It's all about hype.
Even like, yeah, that's true.
Hype is always.
I agree.
I love the hype,
I'm
especially when it's done right and executed.
Even when they're
Fallout
super
4.
vague and they don't give you any insight as to if this thing is actually being made. or
No.
not.
To get back to video games, do you guys remember the Dead Island announcement trailer?
the one where he was jogging.
No, that was Dead Island 2.
That was a
that
good
was
one.
cool one
That
too.
was a
But
good
the
one,
original
yeah.
one was the one that
Oh,
was
I
played in
remember that trailer.
reverse.
Yeah.
Amazing trailer. Nothing like the game, and the game does not stand up to that trailer. But still, the hype
Hey,
was fucking real.
What you call it? Kudos to the marketing team for
Yes,
putting
exactly.
together because a lot of people, were probably sold on that trailer.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
sold. Arguably one of the best game trailers. The best video game trailer is what? Because
Mad World.
that is right.
Yeah.
That is absolutely right. How about that fucking trailer way back
that
then?
was an
That was
amazing
so long
trailer.
ago. Now it was like 10 years ago now too.
Yep.
Still
Even
holds
more
its.
than that.
I think because I think Gears of War came out in 2006 because it launched in 2005, and I think it was that next year. And my God, I love that song now, and that fucking hype around that trailer. And the story's not even great in Gears.
I like the story.
I think it's
I love the
fine. It's not
story,
like I don't go to Gears to play for the story though. Like I play it helps
more
definitely,
online?
but I just like the gameplay. Kevin fucking hates it, but that's fine.
No, that's not my.
Online play.
There are much more intuitive cover-based third-person shooters out there that make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Gears just never made any sense to me.
I love hype. I love like movie trailer hype. Like, boy, we got that Star Wars teaser trailer now, like a month ago. So that means I don't know when the full Force Awakens first trailer came out, but we got to be due soon, right? That shit's coming out in December for the episode
Oh, you
8.
mean the actual?
The official because this
Because we're in the world where the teaser trailer.
it's some bullshit. It's not a teaser. It's like a fucking
They
trailer.
literally give you a trailer.
Yeah.
And they just call it a teaser, and then you get an actual trailer that for most movies nowadays, the full trailer is when they actually start
Yeah.
spoiling shit for you.
The teaser trailer needs to be no more than 15 seconds.
Yes.
In my opinion,
Yeah,
that's
no,
a teaser.
no, I'm with you on that.
The teaser needs to be the only thing we ever see.
I've been a
I don't
perfect
need
world.
full-fledged like 2-minute trailer.
Yeah.
So if this is gonna be the thing now,
I mean, that was just me.
we're
I love it. I consume most of those trailers. So I mean,
I went to go see a movie recently, and the fucking either third or fourth Spider-Man trailer was revealed.
yeah, they got to stop.
And
releasing
I was so pissed that I watched it because I was finally
watched the
going
movie.
blackout. I have seen so much of that fucking movie that it's going to be amazing if I walk out of it and like it because the
You know what?
trailers have revealed
Right.
everything.
The only thing with Marvel though is that there's a good chance that, or is Sony in charge of these trailers?
That is a very good question. I'm assuming Marvel because they inked a deal to have Spider-Man Sony in their movie, so it's their movie still.
Or is it? But is it
I'm
Marvel's marketing campaign or Sony's?
It's
Because
go-
this has Sony written all over.
yeah, no, it does, but I imagine Sony's got some. I imagine Marvel's controlling it, but Sony's got some deal in it that they have to do this, that, or what.
But if Marvel is in control of these trailer releases, I'd like to think that we're not seeing like they're sort of
They're
misleading
hiding
people.
stuff, yeah. Well, I mean, that was the amazing thing about the Force Awakens trailer. Because I know, Nick, you don't really like Star Wars, but they really didn't show you anything. They showed you
Yeah.
stuff, but none of it was the movie.
Yeah.
None of it was what was really in it. It just
got
it
you
showed
hyped.
like the world and
Yeah.
everything, and basically what was going to happen, but it
Just
showed you nothing
large
was going to
set
happen.
pieces and everything like that, which
Yeah.
is fine. It's all you need to do was give us a John Williams score
Yeah.
and us
Oh.
seeing the Millennium Falcon
Yeah.
just flying.
my God.
Like look
That's all
at
we needed.
something as simple as when Rockstar posted just a rogue photo and
Yeah.
people knew Red Dead 2 was coming. That was
Internet blew up.
it. Internet blew up. That's simple. That is a teaser.
I do love that.
I
eat
love
all
that.
up.
I don't
Yeah.
even like Red Dead, and I love that.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
hype. Hype.
I wish, and that's what I want more people to be like Rockstar, man.
Yep, subtle.
Take your time, make incredible fucking games, and they've earned all this, you know.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, I've been following the video games industry now every day of my life for like 10 years, which is kind of gross. I wish I was able to make something for that, but I love that whole vibe of everything. So I've almost seen every IGN news story that's been posted on that site for like 10 years, which is fucking stupid.
7 of 10. 7.8 out of 10. Too much water.
Stupid.
One of the most
But
atrocious
everyone thought in the industry
stories.
that when Fallout 4 did their reveal, because for those at home, when Bethesda had their E3 conference before Fallout 4 was real, Nick was in my bedroom with me. We were watching it, and I had Kevin on my Microsoft headset.
Why do you have to say your bench?
Because I was
We
laying
were.
down, and you were sitting at the end of my bed.
That's true.
It was fucking hot.
I had
But-
I had a chair. I wasn't sitting on his bed. I had a
But
chair.
the hype, that was perfect.
That was perfect.
We heard about the game in June, and the game came out in November, and everyone's like, "Oh, everyone's going to do this now. This is a genius formula." No one's done it.
No.
No one's done it. Bethesda has done it a little bit. Like Prey got announced very short before a release, and apparently the game's good. But why can't everyone do this? Why do we have to hear about a game for fucking 4 years? Like,
So that's why I'm very interested this year.
so yeah. Well, hold on. I'm gonna put a. I'm gonna cut you off. We're going to do our little tease now
Sorry.
because we're going to get into full E3. So we probably lost all the people who don't want to pay attention to nerd shit anyway. But we decided no one's running the show. I'm just going to say the teases. So we kind of came together. It's a little sexual 3-person podcast. 2 weeks in a row.
Sure.
That's fine.
Ew.
This is foreplay, but we can survive without Mike because Mike's good for nothing. I love you, Mike. I'm sorry. I wish Nick wasn't here. It's okay. So the teases this week, we're going to obviously talk about E3. That's no joke. For Would You Rather, we would like to discuss types of media. And for Do You Know, we're going to talk a little bit more about gaming. And should we do it? Should we participate in the gaming world? The 4Play podcast is broken out each day of the week. Monday, we tease out the topics, as you're watching this now. Tuesday is the talk time topic. Wednesday is for Would You Rather. And then Thursday is Do You Know, before the full episode goes live on Friday at youtube.com/4Play video in video form or in audio form on iTunes and Google Play Music. He rubbed me, which is why I got fucking a little off
I
track there.
grazed my pinky on his ring finger.
Saturday, we play video game Let's Plays, and Sundays, we post some random shit sometimes. We have a Trump tweets video. You should go check that shit out. I think it's funny. Nick
Watch it.
ran
I
a
think it's
game show.
hysterical.
I think it's good.
I think it's really good.
More to come in the future.
More to
maybe
come in
with
the future.
Trump, maybe with not. We'll see. But we'll be right back with the talk time that I'm sure is going to be very long about E3 2017. Showtime, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to get nerdy as fuck
Yay.
Next level.
about E3 2017. When this goes live, this segment, it will be Tuesday, which means technically it goes live at 12 a.m. Eastern time. So the Nintendo Direct conference doesn't start yet. So I'm going to position us. Kevin, you're going to be a little bit out of your wheelhouse here. We're going to start with Nintendo
That's fine.
a little bit.
You guys do your
Because
thing.
technically it's going to be fresh the day this goes live for everybody. Nintendo news will have broken. I have my laptop ready to pull
When
some facts.
When is there a thing?
The Treehouse, I believe, is at noon Eastern. Noon.
What?
Noon Eastern.
They're called the Nintendo Treehouse.
Again, first of all,
Or they might have changed it this year. It was at least the Nintendo
Yeah.
Treehouse last year.
I simultaneously love and hate Nintendo, and I hate them for stuff like that.
But this is the thing, right?
Just call it the Nintendo press conference. Why does it need to
Yeah.
have
No,
its own
because they're
thing?
not having a press conference, Kevin. They knew they thought this year would be the year Nintendo brings it back because of the Switch. It's a pre-recorded video that they just
Oh.
stream and go live.
You're gonna be hearing a lot of that too.
Yeah.
What you just did.
Oh yeah.
Let the
Oh,
record
yeah.
let the record show that there was no one more excited for a Nintendo Switch press conference that shouldn't have been than me when they announced that Switch, because I don't care about the shit, but like we talked about in Foreplay, I'm
No.
all about hype. Nintendo's
Yep.
got a new conference. The thing is, I love old Nintendo games. Didn't buy a Wii U, bought a Wii at launch, traded in the Wii. Do you know why? So me and Mike from Foreplay could play fucking World of Warcraft. Traded in my Wii so I can get all the expansions for World of Warcraft, baby. That's right. Bros in 93 and Shake and Bake took all over the world.
Oh my gosh.
But that reveal trailer was fucking laughable. The announcement of the console, the press conference, we both watched
for
it.
the Switch?
Yes.
Yeah, it was pretty
That
bad.
was cartoonishly awful. When they announced the
But you
game,
got to think about like they're not necessarily like they're obviously trying to appeal to our market, but
it's
a
more
large
Japan's
majority-
market. You're right.
and
yeah.
their form of things are just they're different.
yeah.
They have a different form of entertainment, and
Yeah.
that is. I like to believe at least that appeals to them.
Yeah, a bit more. Than
But this is the
that's
problem:
what
is that it's not like the Western market's like a 20% cut of
No,
the
it's
shares.
a big
The
cut.
Western market is huge, being America.
Yeah,
Like they can't just cater to the Eastern
Yep.
market,
Yeah.
which
they're too conservative. That's the problem.
it wasn't. It was just. It just like there's cultural differences. Obviously, Japan is a
Exactly.
totally different world than America. It was just the whole cadence of the show, and Nintendo of America is such a huge presence for them. Like Reggie, Reggie from
Yes,
Nintendo,
yes.
because just I guess a little preface, like I feel like I'm over the top. Me and Kevin are very in tune, but I don't really know where you stand with like game news and stuff. Like, do you typically hear the stuff from like me and Kevin, or do you typically find some stuff on your own?
Little everything.
Because you're the biggest Reddit person here.
Yeah,
at
like
least,
that's what
so-
I was gonna say. Like I'll hear it from you guys. I'll see random stuff on Facebook. I'll browse Reddit and I'll come up with
Okay.
like all these
Just-
random
yeah, just-
things.
to preface that. but-
Yeah.
I feel like Nick at this point, he's 23 years into his life. He's got his interests.
He's
And
locked
those
in.
are what they are, and so he knows probably going into
Yeah.
a game at this point, whether or not you'd be remotely interested.
Yeah, but what I was saying was like Reggie Fils-Aimé from Nintendo of America, the head
Hmm.
of it. Like he's a huge. Like I've known that name before I was even really interested.
Fair enough.
Like Xbox just got Phil Spencer. Sony has
Yeah,
that
see,
guy.
I don't like know these names outside
really like
of.
Phil Spencer.
No,
Okay, yeah, he's like the head of Xbox now.
would
Which
not have known that.
Phil Spencer took over after Don Matrick was the head of Xbox.
Would not
Who
have known that.
Don Matrick launched the Xbox One into its blunder, which is why we were all Xbox One gamers and we are losing. Even though the Xbox One is on track right now to beat out the 360, PS4 is just such
Eons
putting
above.
us in the ground that
buddy, we're gonna give you a cable box. That's literally
Yeah.
just a middleman for your
Your TV.
cable and to your TV.
I used it. I felt like I had to, paying $500 for a console with
That
nothing.
was such like a convoluted launch for a con. It didn't make any
But
sense.
still, like Nintendo, they have their big America presence, so you would hope they'd cater, and that announcement
And
was just awful.
It was. I completely agree.
So me and Nick have Switches. Now
Love
I've
it.
watched
I do
all
love
the press conferences anyway in the past, but now I'm actually interested now in Nintendo's because
'Cause
they're
you own
talking
it.
to me.
Yeah.
So as of recording, Nintendo yesterday announced that, Kevin, I don't know if you know this, their online service was supposed to go live this fall.
Oh yeah, the thing that they didn't launch their.
They didn't launch with a paid online service. Online's free, but there's no way to voice chat without a third-party app, which
Already is a problem.
is fucking abysmal. And they announced when they
That
announced it,
technology's been around.
Yeah.
Kevin, they announced this console with the fact that in order to voice chat on the Nintendo Switch, you would need a cell phone app.
This
The
is
original
atrocious.
Xbox that launched almost 15 years ago, I was party chatting with people in Splinter Cell Chaos Theory on the Xbox. How is it that a console launched in 2017 can't
mean,
party chat?
They're using a third like an app on your phone
Yeah,
to chat.
it's
I mean,
not
that's
built
not-
into the system.
I mean, maybe I don't know. Maybe
Still
it would-
ridiculous.
Maybe like inputting that. I don't know. Maybe it just
This is the thing. They said it's so you don't have to carry around a bulky like gaming headset with you.
Yeah.
But now they released
A headset anyway.
no, they well, it got like leaked in Japan where there's a headset, but there's an adapter. So a cord has to go from your Switch to the adapter, from your phone to the adapter, and then the
Wow.
adapter to your gaming headset.
Yikes.
Wow.
Yeah. No, that's no good.
That's atrocious.
What does that do?
That's atrocious.
The only thing though is I think
Sorry.
And
and
it's
that Switch. Looking at it, like I saw the,
it's over there somewhere.
somewhere.
It's in a case.
but I saw I saw
Oh,
that
see.
press conference and I was like, there's zero interest and then I actually see the physical
You hold it.
Switch
You hold
itself.
mine.
I
Yeah.
hold it like I held it or whatever, and it feels nice. It feels like
It feels really
good.
good
constructed.
because
the
at
game-
that night that
the
you held
games
it.
look-
Yep.
The games look pretty good on it.
I handed you a Wii U tablet that my sister has,
That
and
was awful.
that was a toy.
That was awful.
That was a toy.
I felt like a Fisher Price
Yeah.
toy or something.
So they announced their online service that got delayed to 2018.
It got delayed.
Yeah, they delayed an online
Well,
service,
online
which
still works. It's just it's not paid for yet.
and you can't voice chat.
Yeah,
and
you
there's,
can't voice
and there's
chat.
no perks. So at least it's free.
So what is,
Yeah.
what
At
do
least
you
it
use?
exists.
It exists.
But this is the good thing, Kevin. But it's hit and miss. It's $20 a year. Okay, so that's
not a
fine.
lot at all.
Yeah, that's fine.
it's not a lot. It's fine.
The good thing but bad thing is that when they originally announced it and they elaborated a little bit is that each month you're going to get an NES game.
Cool.
However, because this is where it could be cool, you lose the game after the month.
Not
Apparently, you're going to get a discount if you want to buy that old NES game, but after the month, not like games with gold where you keep the game forever, you lose it. It's like a trial month for that game.
What are they? Is there any insight as to what they're going to charge people for this game after?
No.
Literally not a clue.
But this is the thing. They've already had people buying their games 15 times over
See, yeah,
through
that's
virtual consoles.
That's the thing. I feel like Nintendo relies on nostalgia so much
They-
with all
oh, they
their
do.
like
Yeah.
core fans, you know,
This
That's
is
the annoying part.
instead of trying to draw new
Yeah.
people.
That's the annoying part. They have literally the perfect console to overwhelm with nostalgia, and they're not even doing it.
not
Yeah,
yet.
sure.
And that's
Not
why
yet.
That's why we're gonna get to that. But
Yeah.
with the NES game, the cool thing that they're doing, which me and Nick were talking about earlier before we started recording, is that old games like Super Mario 3, Dr. Mario, they're putting online play into them. So NES games are getting online play, which is cool.
Which is cool.
Yeah, but like you saying that.
How many people? Yeah, but
for me.
I'm not going to do it. I'm personally not going to do it, but it opens up the doors for like old games to get online play. Like,
Yeah. Which I think
So
is
is-
the
is
aspect
that-
of that is cool.
Yeah, like for somebody that is that something that interests?
It depends on the game. Like
it needs
Like,
to be a game
what
that
does
you,
online play suggest? Like, what would you be doing with?
I guess versus in original Mario Brothers. I've never beaten the original Mario Brothers.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It
Which
also-
is why I think, which is going to be the next topic once we close this, but the virtual console. But Nick, you go.
That's what I was gonna say. Maybe not so much NES games, but you allow me to play Super Smash N64 with someone elsewhere.
Yeah.
Now we're freaking cruising.
Mario Kart 64.
Yeah.
Mario
That-
Kart 64 with other
That I
people.
understand, but like he was throwing names out there, like
Yeah, like
Mario and
super,
stuff, where I was
super
like, I don't
old,
know if
yeah.
online
No.
play really.
Yeah, that's a
really
little
Not
bit
for
harder.
us. It's for the older crowd who's
Yeah.
older than us and grew up with the NES was our N64.
Mm-hmm.
That's super important to them. But the next
Smash
thing is
Melee.
that the virtual console has still not even
been
been not even announced, acknowledged by Nintendo.
I mean, that's something that like they're gonna have to.
That's
They
the reason
have to.
I bought a Wii. My Wii story, I'll share it because I don't know if you know it or either of you actually know it. My mom's ex-boyfriend, me and her we were both very into games, and for some reason I wanted the Wii, and I really couldn't tell you why. I had a
There was
360.
a lot
I
of
love
hype
it,
around the way.
but I don't care about Zelda. I don't care about Mario games.
Well, I mean, you're a
Not
Zelda player
anymore
now.
now.
Yeah,
but I
That's not-
never
yeah.
did. I didn't play those games. Like
None of those games are responsible for selling the Wii console.
no, but well, Twilight Princess can't. Twilight Princess was huge at the time because it was announced for GameCube, and then they said it was going to come to Wii and GameCube.
Dude, the Wii sold because of
Wii Sports.
the only reason why I had a Wii was because we went to like a friend's house. They had it, and we saw Wii Sports, and my family
Yeah,
was like, "Holy
yeah.
It pulled
shnikes,
everyone in.
man."
So I wanted to be that guy that was you had that holy shnikey moment with, which I guess was why I bought it. But we stayed up all night at a Walmart, slept in the parking lot. We got out at like 5 a.m. because we already saw 2 people online. We waited outside for like 3 hours, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we got switches. People were still trying to get PS3s at this time because there was a few people in line for a PS3, but they couldn't get them. And we get in the store. The store opens at like 8, so we've been standing out there for 3 hours. I'm number 3. He's number 4. Doors open. Everyone's like, all right, we're just going to play it cool. Get back to the back corner of the store for the video game aisle. All of a sudden, one motherfucker runs. Dude, I remember the full line. Because there was like 50-something people. Full sprint. Dude, I cut through the fucking clothes. I was full
Oh my
sprint.
gosh.
I got back there. Somehow we reestablished the order. But we were all there, and they had no switches. Or no Wii's.
Oh my
Dude, we
gosh.
fucking lost. Dude, everyone was in an uproar. And luckily, they put us all on a rain check, which was cool of them. So as soon as they got a Switch, we were all guaranteed the first Wii's. So I got
That's-
mine a few days later,
Yeah,
and I thought I was the
because I
fucking
would have
jam.
screamed. Yeah,
So I
that's
played
terrible.
Twilight Princess, never beat it, but I didn't do anything else. So I don't.
And that's Twilight Princess.
But
was
I
a
was
phenomenal
so
game.
into it because of the virtual console. Like I got Mario Kart 64, which was like what my childhood was. Like me and my cousins and friends that all we played.
Yeah.
You go back and play it, and you're like, "Why the fuck was I excited about this game?"
It
it's
holds
still-
up a little bit.
It's not bad. It's
Block
not a terrible
for it,
game. Yeah.
And that's coming from someone who's playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe
Yeah,
all the time.
yeah.
They needs block for it. Battle mode. Come on. But we need the virtual console because the fucked up thing is where you see me record, I have like 300 some games, right? Most of the games I'm going to rebuy are in here. But because it's on my nice little
because you
bed,
can bring it anywhere.
Bring it in the
Exactly.
bed.
Yeah, convenience.
and the new console, it's going to be a little updated. I'm going to be able to just play them. And I'm going to rebuy them.
Exactly. I will too. If you can tell me I can bring them anywhere, I'll rebuy them.
But if
yeah.
if Nintendo comes out, because this will be the final note on Nintendo before we get into the real business, if they come out at E3 and they don't announce virtual console, I'm gonna be fucking done.
You're setting up for
Because
really.
look, I bought
major
Zelda,
disappointment.
loved Zelda, never beat a Zelda game. Beat it though, so I feel like I'm done. Playing Mario Kart here and there now. I used to play my Switch like every night, don't happen anymore. All I'm buying right now for this game is Mario Odyssey
Which I
that's
can't
supposed
wait
to
for.
come out in fall.
Supposed to.
But I've never really beaten a Mario game on my own, and it's like that's it.
It's comical that
That's it.
there's those game. There's an updated version of a game that was already out,
Mm-hmm.
a new game that people loved,
Yeah,
no doubt, and people are still obviously gonna be playing that because there's so much.
yeah. I mean, I'll.
What I-
Oh,
from what
Zelda,
I,
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I haven't played it, but there's still.
no, I'm
people
gonna
are
still
saying
go
there's so
back
much
to
do.
play it. There's still shit to do.
I'm only 16%
And then
through
you
the
have to
game.
get through an entire summer and most of the fall because Mario. What is Mario like in November?
It's all it was announced for fall. Now the hardcore Nintendo fans, they have ARMS coming out right before E3, which
I don't care for that.
Arms.
It's literally
it's a
called
fighting
ARMS.
game. People
Yeah.
are saying very good things about it though.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's not for me though.
I won't knock it.
I'm not going to pay $60
No,
for ARMS.
no. But
Especially if none of you
there's
guys are getting
Splatoon 2 coming out, which I played the Global Test Fire, which was their beta. They just have to call it Global Test Fire.
Yeah, they can't call it press conference. It's
Didn't get it.
Treehouse.
Not for me. Not gonna play it. So there's nothing else.
I mean, the first Splatoon was like people were saying was
Huge.
legit.
Yeah, they loved it, but not for me. So all I have right now in sight is Mario Odyssey.
And who knows when you're getting that?
Who knows when you're
It
getting that.
might get
Yeah.
the lead. So they gotta come out and show up. The real reason we're here, though,
Now that we're past child's play.
yeah, past the toys at Nintendo, is the Xbox One.
That is the real reason.
Project Scorpio. God, am I hype? Kevin's not,
There's
and that's a
no-
problem.
there's-
And it's fine.
There's no reason for you to be hyped about this until
No,
they
that's
give
different,
you
no.
until they give you a true reason to be.
The only reason I'm hype is because I've never really cared about graphics or anything, but for some reason, I couldn't tell you why, I want a 4K HDR gaming monitor and console. Because right now, at my point in my life, I am not playing multiplayer games every day. I'm not like I used to where I only played multiplayer strictly. I am all about story games now. I love Firewatch. I'm playing through Life is Strange. Gone Home is one of my favorite games. Emily's Away, too. There's a Let's Play up. But if I can play a game that makes those games
it all
look
on-
and
get it-
play even better,
Get it all on PC and you're fine.
Yeah, he's got a point.
but I don't want to.
I know. I don't want to either.
I
but
don't like
understand what
PC
he's
games.
saying.
I have a capable PC rig. Capable.
Hook up your controller. You won't know the difference.
I don't.
Everything will look better.
Every time I try to hook up a controller up to my PC, it never fucking works, right?
And I'm just pushing your buttons.
Oh, I know.
I could
Devil's
I'm
advocate.
not
Yeah.
even truly a PC.
You're like a 3/4 PC gamer at this
You're
point.
moving there.
You're growing up. But this is the thing, and this is the problem with Scorpio right now. Is we talked about in the foreplay, Fallout 4, right? In the first 48 hours, me and Nick both put I think a combined 40 hours into that game. It was disgusting. I didn't sleep
it's
for 2
amazing.
days, and then I never beat it.
That's a shame.
And you know what? A lot of times I was in the heart of that city, the frame rate dropped to fucking 5.
Yeah.
And it was borderline unplayable for me. And I never had that moment before. I'll never forget. There were so many games because I follow the game's fucking media all the time where they're like, oh, the frame rate sucks in this game. I'm like,
Who cares?
I don't fucking care. It's
Yeah.
working fine for me. That Fallout 4 was bad. And I was like, this summer I'm going to catch up on all my shit. And now it's like, I'm not going to play Fallout 4 until the Scorpio comes out because the Scorpio is going to run it a hell of a lot fucking better.
That's fair.
And that kind of sucks for some of the Xbox One people who are not going to get the Scorpio.
I don't even know if Scorpio could save Fallout from its frame drop.
No.
I think
I mean,
those are
it
just
has to. And it
Those are
just,
just embedded in the game. It
Yeah.
just happens. You just deal with it.
but still, it's like,
I love that. I still
Like,
love Fallout 4.
well,
Amazing game.
Well, Nick, where do you stand? Because Kevin needs to be sold. I'm done. I'm buying it.
If all right, no, Nick's
Yeah. Where do you stand right now?
I was absolute buy until literally 20 minutes before we started this. We had a video of the guy talking about it
You gave a
as
little
the
preview.
equivalent of the PS4 Pro.
yeah, it's
That upset me.
No, that's
I
what-
was
that's-
thinking,
it's
That's what
so
Kevin said.
It's so
Yeah.
irrelevant if it's that.
yeah, in
Yeah.
my
Who
head,
cares?
it was literally
And
the next
look, and
generation.
look,
I was like,
look,
let's freaking go.
this is why it is.
We'll wait till
It
E3
is
though.
Xbox E3 to win, and so easily to lose.
Yeah.
Because this is the problem right now. Me and Kevin, and you, Destiny fucking super fans.
Yes.
We fucking loved it. We were in it. Right
Crushed all
now,
three.
the Xbox,
4.
the PlayStation 4 Pro was announced that it cannot run Destiny 2 at 60 FPS. I fully believe, without knowing a single thing about internal schematics, but how much they're pushing the Scorpio, powerhouse that it is, that I believe there's no way it can't run that game at 60 FPS, at least at 1080p. The problem is, if you're because Xbox One Scorpio is fully backwards compatible. If you're playing multiplayer, and on consoles, it never is never done this. If you're playing with an Xbox One user who's playing the game at 30 frames per second, and you're a Scorpio user playing at 60 frames per second, apparently you have an inherent advantage.
you
do.
If you see, there's actually a GIF that I saw on Twitter. I don't know who, but it was literally 2 lines, one moving at 60 FPS and one moving at 30, and it was like ridiculous.
Yeah.
So now, me as a Scorpio owner this fall playing Destiny 2, I probably could run the game at 60, which would make the gameplay smoother, which I'm not a snob on. But if I know that, I'll be a snob if I know my thing can do it and it can't because of marketing bullshit.
Yeah.
And other reasons. But I don't know if that's the solution. The thing I'm saying is, should Scorpio have been backwards compatible or not? Because if it wasn't, if it was a whole new console, and Destiny 2 had to release on Xbox One by its own base, and then Xbox Scorpio by its probably super small base, the Scorpio version could probably run it at 60 FPS, but...
Well, I'm all for backwards compatibility in the state of being able to play other games.
Like
I'm not as
Xbox One does it
crazy-
now. It's perfect.
Yeah,
great.
I'm not crazy about inter-network play between consoles. Like, for instance, is there any games that you can play Xbox 360 and play online with Xbox One people?
Yeah, the backwards compatible,
games.
Call of Duty games and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, because you're playing
Currently,
them on the
it's through,
Xbox
like, a
360
cloud
emulator. Yeah, you're right.
And
Okay.
Rocket League was unprecedented in the fact that it was the first game to have
Cross-network.
cross-network play.
Yeah.
Everything, yeah.
Yeah, which is awesome.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Awesome.
Because, yeah, I'm like... It's not right to be able to spend however much money we've spent on games for one console and have it be obsolete right as soon as the new console comes out. I'm not crazy
You're
about
already,
that.
The thing is that and this is what's so I'm finally realizing all of this. When you purchase a console, you're basically purchasing obsolete hardware already. Whereas if you have a PC, and you're updating or you update whatever, everything's already. It's absurd. The fact how
It's on that machine.
I spent $500 when that Xbox One released
I spent 9 something.
for something that was like, I mean, because they're always vague as to what's actually.
And it
in
really
the machine.
depends on your preference. If you want to go through the keyboard and mouse, if you want to go through, you can't deny now, Kevin, that there is the driver problem sometimes where you sometimes want to go on and you can't just instantly come in and play. It's happened to me.
I've had no problems with any of
It's
that.
happened.
Not only that, too. Like, again, we already had this discussion before, like on another podcast. But the big thing is like Xbox or a console in general, it just works.
Well, yeah, sure.
Rosa's computer literally broke down for an hour and a half earlier today.
Did not expect that when I walked in.
That would never happen with a console.
No,
I mean, unless it really was broken.
But when it breaks,
It's broken.
it's fucking broken.
Yeah.
And there's no solution. You're not fixing
No,
your
you're not
console.
fixing that. No.
Unless it's the right 3 rings of death and you put it in a towel, and that worked for our friend Christian who's on the podcast, but that's a different story. But still, yeah, that's why it's like I said, they could kill it at E3 or they could fucking ruin it.
Nick was
at
mentioning
E3.
how he thought that the Scorpio was going to be next gen. And initially I thought that too, but I think we're in the stage now where they're really, I don't
There's
think
no
there
gen.
isn't going to be a next generation. I think you are.
Well, this is
I don't know.
this is the problem now is that we're out of sync. Nintendo's been out of sync forever, right?
Oh, yeah.
360
Ever since the
released
Wii.
a year ahead,
Yeah.
a year ahead of PS3, and some like to say PS3 actually caught up in sales at the end of the generation, and that's when Sony, because what they do have and what they fucking kill us on. Kevin, what's your favorite exclusive? Do you even have one on Xbox? They don't have the exclusive. They can't match up to Sony.
Halo.
Kevin doesn't play those.
That's true.
He plays Halo, but he doesn't play Halo for the story.
Yeah.
I mess around.
Xbox can't compete with the exclusives. One of my favorite games of all time is The Last of Us.
It's
I bought a
amazing
PlayStation 3 for The Last of Us.
Yeah.
The Uncharted series was.
Yep.
Also,
Kevin
a
just
great
played
series,
those.
Yeah.
I destroyed those in like 5 days.
And that's what I'm saying. Xbox doesn't have that. The 360 launched a year ahead, so that might be the only reason that we crushed it in the 360 left. Obviously, there will never come a day in my life where I say that PS4 controller is better than the Xbox One.
Oh, the Xbox
Even
controller
without
is bar
owning an
none the
Xbox
best.
One Elite controller,
The Xbox controller
One
is better.
It's
Yeah.
the best controller ever made.
Yeah,
Definitively.
I can
I don't
agree.
know, the 360 controller was really good.
It was fantastic.
The one, yeah, it was still fantastic, but the one outclasses it.
Yeah,
easy.
it just did everything a little bit better. Just a little bit.
A little bit, exactly.
But they didn't
a little
ruin
bit
it.
better.
They could have ruined it like they ruined the dashboard and all that shit, but that's fine. I had a point.
So Scorpio, they need to give
Yeah.
me an actual, like 4K alone isn't gonna.
Yeah, that's not enough.
But what if it tells you it's going to run Destiny 2 better and faster? Because that's essentially what it's supposed
I'm
to
not
do.
gonna spend if I
Okay,
already
yeah.
have a computer that can run Destiny at an uncapped frame rate.
Mm-hmm.
Why would I spend what's probably going to be like $500?
Well, let's
let's
touch
see.
on
on a
that.
new console.
What do you think it's gonna? Because let me just preface what the speculation is right now. There's a couple rumors where they think Microsoft's going to take a loss and they're going to try to launch this thing at about $350 to
There's
$400.
All right, 400 maybe. 350, no way.
400 is the absolute perfect spot. What I think they're going to launch at is what they launched the Xbox One at, which is, well, actually, I don't think I think they're going to launch it at $449 because they're going to keep the Xbox One S at $349 and launch this at $449. It's not going to be quite $500. We dropped $500 at launch on the Xbox One.
Yeah, because they gave us a stupid camera.
Yeah, a Kinect camera, which they got rid of.
That was
But-
a terrible gimmick.
I think if they want to win this, it's going to be like $399. I think they're going to kill it. No matter your 4K, you're going to buy it at $399.
No, I'm not. I'm telling you
We'll
right
see
now,
that.
I'm not.
$399 is very, very competitive.
I'm telling
Well,
you.
again, I got to see what it's going to be. If it's just going to be the Xbox One Pro, I can't do it.
Yeah, no, I can't
I
justify
couldn't do
that
it.
in my head.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's,
If it will be what it's called, Project Scorpio, what I envision it to be, what the Xbox.
well, yeah, but
One
what do
was
you
the
envision it to
360.
be then if you're not just want your games to
I
run
don't
better?
even know.
I
don't even know.
envision them-
Honestly,
I envision them putting. There's people are saying like, "Oh, the most powerful console ever." If they
Show
if
me.
there's-
Technically. Well,
they show me.
it literally is the most powerful console
if
ever.
there's like
that's
an experience or like a new game that's only. I mean, I don't think, and that's the thing. I don't think they're
They
going to
can't,
only
no.
make games available on that.
No, that's
which is-
that's literally by Microsoft as of right now. You cannot launch a game on Microsoft Scorpio that is exclusive to Scorpio. It has to be backwards compatible with Xbox One.
See, I understand.
But
I understand why they're doing
It
that,
makes
too.
sense. One, you can't be mad at it. Two, and three,
No, I'm
think
not.
about Destiny, which is the game we were all in love with. Somehow that game ran on the 360,
that's
Yeah,
nuts.
That makes
which held the game back.
It did,
but
hold the game
also-
back.
immensely.
Look what they got. Look what we could have played that on 360. Isn't that nuts? What
Yeah.
that game did, like raids on the 360. That's
They were
pretty crazy.
they
Again, a console that launched in 2005, by the way.
Yeah, there were points where they had to take minor when they were adding vault space to Destiny. They had to remove a small feature on the 360.
yeah,
the
that's
compare
right.
Feature.
Good callback.
When
Yeah,
you're comparing weapons, they had to remove that because they had to be able to fit the new
allocate
vault.
the
Yeah.
RAM
They were
or whatever.
literally using the maximum amount of like.
Yeah.
God bless
processing
them,
power on the
man.
360. It was crazy. I don't know how they do that shit.
Optimization.
But yeah, I don't know if just playing upscaled games on native 4Ks. 4K doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not.
I
like a
think that,
selling point for me
I
now.
think this is the one when I'm not sure if they could do because of marketing reasons, but I think it's one thing that they have to do is almost say that any game that is released at this point on Xbox One, if you have a Scorpio, that game is playing at 1080p 60 frames per second no matter what.
I just love
That I feel like that if it's on release on PC, which PC can do it, it just has to.
Yeah.
There's no reason that you should play a game, and I hate the frames per second argument. I really do, because if the game plays fine and I have fun with it, I don't really care.
You know, it is sort of like a spoiled.
It is.
Type
But
of-
listen, if this is fucking hardware that's supposed to be the most powerful, it's supposed to be this. There's no reason it can't.
Yeah, I would agree.
There's no reason it can't. So if they come in and say that That is a boost for you guys if you care about that. That's the thing. The problem I see with Scorpio is that I can't convince you guys to buy it. I can't give you a reason.
We don't know.
Right? Yeah,
Maybe
exactly.
we can,
But that's the
but
whole
it's
point
not
of this.
there
But
yet.
That's what's exciting about this press conference is that they have an opportunity
for you two,
They have an opportunity to prove
Sell
to
us
people
both.
because
like
you're not
us.
saying no, you're saying I need to see.
I need to
And
see.
the only reason I'm saying yes already is because I want the 4K. I want the
nuts.
HDR.
Exactly. I don't care about
prep
4K.
my money. I'm spending $1,000 on a gaming monitor that hasn't even been announced yet, but I'm all in. The wild card before we get into games here, because we're not really going to talk about PlayStation, is
The only thing about Sony that Sony needs to do is last year they announced all kinds of cool ass games.
that
When
are they coming?
Yeah, if they keep all that, if nothing's going to actually be released,
No,
then
all
last
right.
year was
Let's
a wash.
let's talk about that for a second before I wanted to talk about my other thing.
Because last year for them was fucking awesome, dude. And I don't even care really.
Listen, last year, let's talk about the history. Is Kevin finally joined me on my E3 escapades.
Dude, that was ridiculous.
So I was making nachos, beer for days. I had all this food. Kevin came in. We posted up, man. We played World of Warcraft in between conferences.
Oh, yeah,
It was
I
fucking
forgot.
beautiful.
You guys are in that.
Kevin
binge.
played on his laptop. I played on my. I don't think I
I
had
don't even know how
Skynet.
I played it on my laptop.
Oh, I didn't have my laptop yet. That was why.
You guys still haven't played Ion.
Shut
but
up. Yeah, we have. We have. I have. But we were in it, man, and we watched Xbox conference because Xbox used to be at 12 on Monday, and then Sony is always at 8, like it is now. And me and Kevin, we watched Microsoft, and we're like, dude, that's
And
fucking
'cause-
dope
'cause
conference, man.
Microsoft had to improve off of.
And what
its
they did
previous year.
games,
Yeah,
and
they did
it was fine.
It was good.
It was good. We walked out, I was like, fuck yeah, man. We watched Ubisoft, and we're like, okay.
What the fuck?
What
was people
happened?
Dancing on stage.
There's Just Dancing. Okay, that's them. And we got the Sony, and we didn't own PlayStations. Kevin didn't have one in his household yet,
No.
not yet. But I played The Last of Us, one of my favorite games. Have a PlayStation 3. Have all the great games here with us. Just haven't beat them. And midway through that Sony press conference, me and Kevin, I looked at Kevin. I was like, I think we're on the wrong team. And I'm a diehard Xbox guy. I was
they were
like,
doing like a montage or whatever, and I saw fucking Spider-Man.
yep.
I was like, "Are you kidding me?
Yep.
I'm gonna get an open world Spider-Man."
Spider-Man. For me, it was Detroit Become Human, which or no, I don't think. I think that I just combined two of their games. But no,
I think that was right.
yeah, it is. It's Detroit Become Human from Quantic Dream. Quantic Dream, one of my
Heavy
favorite
Rain,
games of
right?
all time, is Heavy Rain. Which Nick, do you know what Heavy Rain
Yes.
is? Okay, yeah, it's
Game.
got like
It's a good game.
55 different endings,
Yeah,
which
it's
is
a good
nuts.
game.
Crazy.
Phenomenal. Played that game. And it's like it's got that. It's got Spider-Man, God of War 3 or new one looked very cool. Never played a God of War game. All these games, I'm just like, that's cool. That's cool. Uncharted 4 was talked about because it didn't come out yet. That was cool. I was like, God damn. And then they ended. Or no, they had, for me, Resident Evil 7, but with VR. And I was like, oh my God.
That's
Because
it.
I'm a
That's
diehard
it,
Resident Evil
yeah.
fan. I was like, I'm buying I said it in the I was like, I'm
Thank
buying
God
a
you didn't
PSVR.
do
Thank
that.
God I didn't do it.
Sorry.
Then
Thank
they
you.
ended with The Last of Us Part 2 tease.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or
I
was that
watched
a
that.
PSX or was that
No,
at
I
E3?
don't-
It was
I don't think
I
that
don't know
was
where
at
it was, but I watched
Okay.
that tease and it
no,
got
it
me
was.
hyped.
You're right. It was PSX in December.
Yeah, it was later.
But still, even in E3, I was like, "Fucking, we lost."
I still haven't. I have the game. I have not played it.
But this is the problem with PS4 is we don't know when any of those games are coming out. At least the Xbox, we know this shit's coming out.
and they're pretty good. They're not
With their
they don't
big
delay
games,
too
though.
much. Yeah.
Well,
The game below that is an indie game, huge indie game by Capybara, who's like a renowned indie developer. This game was announced at the Xbox One reveal event, and it's still not out.
what game is it?
Below,
Oh,
it's an indie game. It's if you remember, it's the little guy. You're like at a very raised view, and he's like walking around the map. It's like an action game. You would know it if you saw it, but there's that. There's Cuphead, which we've been seeing now for 3 E3s. So they're not perfect with that, but with their limited number of exclusives, so I guess that's their cop out or whatever. We know when their games are mostly coming out. PlayStation, they announced Death Stranding with Hideo Kojima.
you're
And
not
that
gonna
game's
see that game for
5 years, maybe. Spider-Man, is it this year or is it 3 years from now? We don't know.
Don't know.
Like, so that's Sony's problem, but to close on Microsoft and the games, once we get the third party, VR is the other wild card for me, because if I had the money,
becoming ever popular.
if I had the money, I would have one already. I am so into VR. I tried it myself, and then I took Kevin and our friend Brant to go play VR
at the local Best Buy.
at the local Best Buy. PSVR.
PSVR, which like
Eve-
isn't even PSVR. I guess is
It's regarded as the most comfortable, but the worst in terms of technology.
yeah,
So, but dude,
and that was still pretty cool.
we played Eve Valkyrie, which is a spaceship game, and you were fucking in that spaceship, man. It was fucking nuts. You would look down and look else. Like, this is for me. So if Xbox comes out, because Xbox has a partnership with Oculus, and Oculus has obviously the Oculus Rift, each Oculus ships with an Xbox One controller, they can have some type of thing. And Fallout, the Bethesda conference is after Microsoft's press conference. Xbox already has a weird partnership with Bethesda, kinda.
Whatever
They're
you
saying
call that,
Bethesda's big announcement might be a Fallout 4 VR.
which I would totally buy into.
I feel like that
you
would
could sell
be-
me on Scorpio right there.
I was gonna say, if Scorpio launches with your Oculus Rift, hey, that can now play with the Xbox One. We don't need our own
I could
thing.
see that actually
Exactly.
being legit.
Exactly. It'll work. The thing that's weird is that Phil Spencer said VR is not, Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox, is not the priority of Xbox One Scorpio.
And it should
Scorpio is fully ready to do VR,
Yeah.
but that's just what he said publicly.
be.
So
No,
who
that-
knows
and-
if they're...
and that's a smart move because you don't want to throw all your eggs.
That's what I'm saying.
into
If-
like that,
and
'cause
I don't-
VR is still very unpredictable. Like, you
Yeah,
don't know where it's
it could be
gonna
like
go.
3D
that's
movies.
that's exactly what he
Yeah.
said. He said it's a very, whatever industry. I
You
give
can't come out and say a full-on VR gaming machine.
Yeah.
Like what they did.
it's
with-
gonna cloud it. I think they're smart by doing that.
Agreed.
I think it'll be a smart move if they come out, release Scorpio, don't talk about VR, but then in Bethesda's press
they
conference,
sneak it in.
they get it in that way where it doesn't cloud
Bethesda's
it.
having another.
Yep, they've announced it this year,
Oh.
which they have at E3. It's called Bethesda Land if you go to it, and they have
Sounds
all their
awesome.
stations for like Fallout, this, that, the other thing, and there's 2 unannounced
I'm
like
very
carnival
interested in that.
stands. So
Very
I don't know if you're going to be interested though, because the one which everyone's talking about is The Evil Within 2, which
really?
I played The Evil Within 1, really loved it. Our friend Brant said he almost threw up watching me play it, but it's like a Resident Evil type game, so I'm cool
Yeah.
with that. The other game, they really don't know. They're saying it's too early for the next
Fallout. Yeah.
Fallout
Yeah.
back to Switch.
Is it-
Skyrim remaster
Yeah,
for Switch
yeah.
hasn't been talked about since the reveal
Yeah.
event.
And who knows if it'll be
Oh.
Skyrim
Which is a game that's
Are they-
fucking 8 years old.
are
No,
they-
Skyrim announced is already out, but we don't know if it's Skyrim remaster
That's what
for
I'm saying
Switch.
for the Switch. I don't know if it's
It might just be
remastered.
original Skyrim because
OG.
Switch might not be able to
Yeah,
fucking run
yeah, that's what
a
I'm saying.
remastered version.
But
which
guess
is,
who's still fucking getting it? Right here.
and Nick,
Because and I don't blame Nick because this is the point. He could literally, and for anyone listening, I'm sorry.
yeah, but I
Nick
might
could
be
literally
involved with
play-
you. Yeah.
Nick could be on his couch playing Skyrim like this with his arms. Just out here.
Kevin's leaning back.
Just his hands out here.
But Kevin, this is the problem where you talk about Nick. I bought Skyrim day one. Didn't come close to more than 20 hours in it, maybe. If it's on my bed and I could play an hour before bed every night,
It's over. You're
you
racking
sold
up
me on a
days.
fucking 8-year-old game, and I hate myself
Yeah,
for that a little
yeah.
bit.
I've bought in Fallout 3 or 4 times.
that's
Yeah.
that's what that
Which is a
Switch
travesty.
has. It's convenience, man.
It's the bed, man. And listen, you can't really say it until you've done it. Because there are so many times where I'm sitting at my gaming chair and I'm playing Xbox and I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna go
That thing's
I'm gonna
probably-
go rewatch Game of Thrones and I'm gonna go play a couple of races of Mario Kart in bed.
In
And it's
bed.
fucking nice. If I could do that with my Xbox One, do you know how many games I would play?
that
How
thing's
many
thing-
more?
probably- That thing's probably great on the toilet too.
Anywhere.
Oh,
Anywhere
I've
you
done
need
it.
to go.
I played some
know-
Zelda on that toilet, man.
This is going to be the dumbest
You
thing.
know your legs are going numb. You're like,
Dumb. Oh fuck! I've been here for an hour and a half.
But no, you know the dumbest thing that really made me like, wow, this is going to be fucking great.
What moment?
I was just downstairs. I have it in my dock 'cause I've been playing it on my TV. I pull it out to just like joke with my brother, like, "Yo, DC, I'm playing this game over here, right?" I'm joking, and
It is fucking cool.
I put it on the washing machine, and I just put the stand up, take the Joy-Cons out. I'm like, wow, I really could put this anywhere and play it.
All right,
And that's what jazzed me up.
but listen, fuck
Yeah.
that stand. That stand needs to be on
It needs to
both
be-
sides.
it should be
Why
on both
is
sides.
it on one
Totally
side?
agree.
Unless it's a perfect surface,
Yeah.
it doesn't stand up.
Yeah, you're right. It was totally
It's
poor
nonsense.
design, but it doesn't matter. I'm just more jazzed that I can really put it anywhere.
Listen,
and
me
play it.
and my girlfriend were in Boston. She's got conferences she's doing for psychology. I'm in the car playing Switch, waiting for her to come out. She comes out for an hour break.
We're like, oh, let's play.
I set that bitch up in the car. We're playing sniffer clips with 2 controllers. You can't do that, man,
You
anywhere
can't
else.
do that anywhere else.
And I haven't played a handheld because it's technically still a
It
handheld
is. Yeah.
since the fucking Game Boy Advance SP when I was playing
Amazing
Pokemon
console.
like Fire Red and shit. Or not Fire Red, yeah.
That thing-
Fire Red.
Fire was on
Sapphire
it,
and-
yeah. And Ruby and Sapphire. Yeah.
To stay on that SP subject, that thing was life changing.
It really
With
was.
that backlit screen.
Yes.
Are you
No,
kidding me?
kids these days don't know what a backlit screen did.
And I hate that they even there was the option to even turn it off. I wanted that shit on
Oh my
all
God.
the time. There was no reason to
Dude,
not
there was
have it.
car rides as a kid where you had the fucking original Game Boy and Game Boy Advance where you would have to play the fucking like the street lights. Like
Yeah.
every few
Not only
seconds
that,
you'd get to see what you were
Remember when they
doing.
came out with that shitty light that you'd plug
The
into like the
stick
chart,
that
the
came
side,
up and around.
and it was awful. It was like the worst light ever. It didn't even.
It was enough.
It
It
was
was
enough.
enough. It did the job.
God.
All right. Let's get into it. So we talked about Scorpio. I'm in. We're gonna see.
Games now, right?
We're gonna talk about some games here.
You put me in Boston. You tell me I can be in Boston.
Listen, dude.
Thing around my head, I'm getting
in
it.
Boston at 15
Because listen-
frames a second.
That's the other problem. But listen, Resident Evil 7. I played it. I loved it. Die-hard Resident Evil fan. In VR, that game would scare the shit out of people.
course.
That's-
More
Yeah.
importantly, Kevin.
No, that's the thing about horror VR.
It's perfect.
I think there's
It's the perfect
there's
genre for
yeah,
it.
there's a good place for horror games in VR because if you're playing on the 2D surface a horror game, if something like freaks you out, you could turn away. You're out of those situations. When you're in VR, you turn around, you're still in the fucking room with
All right, but-
whatever goddamn thing is chasing you.
Nick, do you care if I spoil Gone Home a little bit?
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
That game in VR.
All right. Kevin, this one talk about spoilers for Gone Home. Gone Home, what you thought it's a horror game at first, right?
I
Knowing
thought,
nothing?
Yes,
You see?
I thought you conned me and I was going to be frightened.
So that's what you think, Nick, the whole time, but it's really just a story game. But the fact, if you were in VR, Kevin, isn't that such a simple like excuse for VR?
Yeah.
You're in this house, you're reading these notes, you're looking around at these notes because you're finding all these like journals and stuff. Story games have I feel like such a purpose, and it's so simple. I think in VR, it's just like you're
You're more
because you're
immersed.
already in the world
I
by
don't
playing
need-
playing it, but you're further in the world, and it's
Yeah.
not needed.
not
I don't
needed.
think it's needed, but it just adds to it.
The
So-
thing with VR that I don't necessarily need is the actual like movement of your arms. Like
No, we could play with a controller,
The
yeah.
immersion itself, like if you could just look anywhere in the place.
That's all I need. I just want to be able
I
to
don't
look
need
around.
to see my stupid random
Glitchy ass hands.
glitch on the screen.
Yeah, because that's exactly what it's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's spazzing. Your hands look ridiculous.
All right, so that was the last touchstone in VR. So we're gonna go down. We're looking at IGN's wiki for E3 2017. I'm just gonna go down the list and touch on any things that I feel are relevant to us. Apparently, there's a Battlefield 1 expansion coming out. Bought Battlefield day one. Played a campaign mission. We didn't play much multiplayer.
I could have told you from the get go that was a bad move.
No, I loved it.
No,
it
that
was
game is very fun. I
the
played a lot of it.
best intro to that game ever, maybe in video games. The intro, single player intro,
I don't
where you remember you're thrown into it and you're supposed to die. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, that was pretty interesting.
Pretty cool, very cool. But
Yeah, I
didn't hold up.
No, it's like any other Battlefield game. Is the multiplayer is very fun, but there is progression, but
It's
it
no.
just is what it is. You know,
That's what they
you
lack.
could
They
always go
don't.
back to those games and have a blast.
We still go back to Battlefield 4 occasionally.
Battlefield 4 is one of the best multiplayer
Yep.
games.
And
I
what-
like Battlefield 4.
Yeah, you do like it, right?
That's
Because
a
it
good
works.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, when me and Kevin had day one Xbox Ones, the game was broken for. I bought it.
The game
Then
is
Kevin
very
bought it
fun.
a little bit later, and when Kevin bought it, the game broke for about 7 months. The game online didn't work. All right, brings us to Call of Duty World War II. Now,
Give me that.
I haven't been this excited about a Call of Duty game since
Modern Warfare Remastered.
no the yeah.
It's about like
Well, that's yeah. Now that's the easy answer, but the honest answer is Advanced Warfare. Just because I thought Kevin Spacey, I was fresh off House of Cards. I was all in on Kevin Spacey. They put him in a Call of Duty game. That's the last Call of Duty campaign I beat. Liked it a lot. But I told my dad this too, because my dad used to play games back in the day. You know, there's a distinct memory of him playing GoldenEye 007 on the N64 because it was in my bedroom and I wake up in the middle of the night and he's still playing at like 4 a.m. We talk about this all the time. I said, Dad, because I set him up with Battlefield 1 recently. And he played it for like 3 hours. I was like, the hype was real when I realized I'm buying the Scorpio, so I'm going to play Call of Duty World War II, 4K, HDR.
because you know
My Astro Dolby Surround headset, I'm going to storm the beaches of Normandy.
yeah.
And
In 4K,
4K,
HD.
which
'Cause you
we
know-
haven't seen since it was like 480p, like 10 years
Not only
ago.
that, you know the Call of Duty game is going to be
It's- yep.
optimized.
It's
It's not
gonna-
going to run like
We
shit.
don't have to
Yeah.
worry about that. But we haven't seen it since Call of Duty 2. And that was almost 10 years ago. So the fact we're going back to World War II,
He
at
means
War.
World War II. World at War was
World
World,
War
War II.
maybe
Yeah, you're right.
maybe
He's right.
1080p, but it's all right.
Yeah.
Go back and play World at War. It looks
a
like shit.
Game. It's a shit game.
No, I'm not saying it's a shit game, but
No,
it
I like
looks
zombies. That was it.
like it looks like shit. But the fact that it's gonna be 4K, not even if you were playing 1080p, it's gonna look so good.
It will.
And it sold me on it. I don't really care. I'm actually more sold on the campaign finally than the multiplayer.
Just wait till you have a a tiger skin on your M1.
Yeah, to completely pull me out of it.
That'll be great.
It's only a matter of time before they put in there.
Dude, you're gonna be getting freaking quick 360 quick scoped.
But no, I'm very, very excited for a Call of Duty, a relatively new Call of Duty experience with where people aren't fucking flying all over the
Yep,
place.
exactly.
Boots on the
And-
ground.
No, see, you had to say it before I talked about it. They ruined it. They had that going for them, but in the reveal event, if you watched the whole event like I did, they said boots on the ground literally 57 times.
No, you don't. That was a big thing for people in that.
It was,
COD
but
community.
they said it so often that it ruined it. Transition to Switch. Perfect, Nick.
Speaking of bad reviews,
Speaking of most disappointing games of 2 years ago, this year we have Star Wars Battlefront 2. Now, Nick, you're out of this conversation because you
Yeah.
don't give a fuck about Star Wars. Kevin, I was rock hard for Battlefront 1.
I put a good amount of that.
But what was that multiplayer, Kevin?
What?
What was the multiplayer?
It was Battlefield, basically.
No, it was super casual. There was no.
Oh no, yeah, it was casual.
It was so. I never felt like a hardcore gamer till this game came out, where I was like, this game is so easy to get kills that it's broken. Because me being good doesn't help anything. It's all like auto aim. It was so bad. I couldn't play it. I couldn't play multiplayer, and it launched with only multiplayer. There was no single player. There was like a horde type mission mode, but that was it.
There was the first 2 weeks of that game were awesome because the visuals in that game were
It's unprecedented. Yeah.
impeccable. The sounds, everything was.
Oh, the sounds were
the
sounds were the best in that game for
Yeah,
me.
everything was straight out of the movies, but then the stupid fucking. You find the hero power up. You become Jango Fett. You're flying 300 feet above everybody,
Killing
one-shotting
everybody.
everything.
Yeah, that's why Star Wars Battlefront 2. Okay, they got the campaign, Nick. Now, Nick, have you seen all the Star Wars movies at
I
least?
haven't.
You're fucking awful.
I've seen a few.
Well,
I've seen,
listen,
snippets of a few.
you know the Death Star?
Yeah.
At the end of the movies, the Death Star gets blown up, right?
Yes.
So in Battlefront 2, you get to be an Empire woman troop who sees the Death Star blow up, and you're the Empire, the bad guys, and you're like, now what? And that's going to be the campaign, which I think is
Sounds
very
pretty
cool.
That's a unique
It's very
perspective on it.
different.
Yeah.
And we're going to see what that's going to do.
Is it going to be canon? To
Everything now is canon. It's canon.
I can't
It's
wait
impressive.
until it's EA, right? EA's Star Wars Battlefront.
Yes,
I
dice.
can't wait till the servers just don't work at all.
Not only the servers.
Battlefront did work though.
I can't wait for DLC Hawaiian shorts for Vader
Shut up.
because that's coming.
You gotta buy your $400 season pass when the game releases.
Day one DLC.
Otherwise, you only get 1 hour of story access unless you buy their season pass.
Literally, that's the most atrocious thing. Day one DLC. Honestly, garbage. But we could have that conversation another time.
So we got State of Decay 2 next, which we're going to touch on for a second because you guys...
I think that game is honestly right up Nick's alley.
It is.
Although maybe not so much the zombie.
Now, listen, look, no,
I don't know enough about it. What is it?
I played the first one on 360. It got remastered for Xbox One. It's technically what the fuck is the phrase? Permadeath. So if your guy dies, you get a brand new person.
Survival game.
Yeah.
Yep, familiar with that.
Bases all around the map. There's hordes, there's missions, there's scavenging, there's quests to do. You go out, you clear a base to bring more resources back for your home base where is your community. So if you build up your community, you get more resources to spend on other stuff. Very cool because it's zombies, so you have like guns. It's like stupid art style. It's not realistic.
Yeah.
But with this one, it's 4-player co-op. Which means all 4 of us could jump in and start clearing out zombie bases and zombie hordes.
That wasn't the case with the first one?
No co-op at all. No multiplayer at all by yourself. So this has the potential to be something fun. We're going to see more. That's all we're going to talk about that one.
That's fair. Yeah.
Super Mario Odyssey. We talked a little bit about Switch.
Can't wait for that.
Got to see more. Never beat a Mario game before.
I loved Sunshine. I loved 64. I loved Galaxy. I haven't played Galaxy 2. I own it. I haven't played it yet. But all 3 of those are great. All 3 open worlds up to that point.
I guarantee, like, you get all you're getting for that is like coming soon.
Yeah.
Super
this is the thing to talk about Xbox Scorpio right now. What they need to do at their press conference. Let's talk about Sea of Thieves because it's not on either of these lists for some reason.
Because it's in super alpha.
Because technically,
I'm not even sure if the NDA allows this, but we're a small podcast, so whatever. We and Kevin played the alpha. I had, Nicholas, the most fun I've had in a video game, and as long as I could remember. Kevin, what is your stance after playing it?
It's very interesting.
Talk about just basic fun in a video. When was the last time you had that much fun in a video game?
It was fun. And like when you think about what
I'm
not gonna like say what we were doing or whatever.
Yeah, because you're doing bad things.
But there was a point where I literally just went into the tavern and just sucked them dry, and I was throwing up
all of our players. So when Kevin threw up on me, my screen was clouded. It's just a dumb pirate game. But if they build on what they have, it will be perfect. If there is a the thing grinding system,
they need to give
incentive.
There needs to be a goal because they're like what we were doing in the alpha is like as long as there's an ultimate goal to do with whatever it is we were doing, you know, it was because really all it was at this point was going, finding treasure,
bringing it back,
selling that treasure for money. But I mean,
we
it's
couldn't
only
do
an
it.
alpha state, so there's nothing to do with
money,
yeah.
It's just I picture us 4 on a ship.
Oh, dude, it was
4 play on a ship. It was, and we were with randoms.
There was a point. I'm standing on the nose of the ship, or what is it, the bow?
I think you're right.
I'm on the very tip of the
Titanic.
ship, the front.
Getting close there.
And there was a squad that was
an enemy ship came in hot.
That was messing with us for a little bit.
Wait, wait, is this the one that we were chasing for a while? Is that where this the where you guys? Okay,
you'll know what I'm talking about when I say it. Their ship was like, you know, it was a good decent ways off. But we were messing with each other for a while, and we were going back and forth. So me and Rosa, and you're in it match makes you into a squad of 4. So there were 2 other randoms with us. We all get on our ship. We're all ready to go. All of a sudden, Rosa pulls a U-turn, and we're headed.
Because I was the captain.
Their boat was parked, and we're headed straight into a T-bone, and he does not show any.
Oh yeah, all right. So this was the one where we saw them off in the distance, and at this point, I was starting to get bored with our teammates and stuff. They were great. They were great companions for the game, what we were doing, but we hadn't seen a ship in a while. So I was like, we're pursuing them. So as the captain of the boat, I can't see unless Kevin controls the sails because
everything's just in front of his face.
yeah, so I can't see where I'm going. So I'm like,
So you
Kevin,
need teamwork
I need to
to even
talk.
play.
We were not in party chat. I was like, Kevin, where am I going? Or whatever the kid's name was. I was like, am I going left, right? All right, go right, Brandon. Go right. So I'm fine. They're at port. They're at dock. And, they think when you drop the anchor, if I turn the wheel all the way and drop the anchor, I'll hook a Yui, basically. I'll like sharp turn. Because think if I'm
that's
going
fair.
straight and handbrake.
Yeah.
I tell them, like, get ready on the anchor, get ready on the anchor. I don't say it. So I just fucking bulldoze this enemy ship. Kevin jumps across into...
As soon as the boat crashes into the enemy ship, I leap off the front onto their ship with my blunderbuss.
Yep.
Popping people.
And we just start fighting, honestly. Like, you come back, like, you respawn kind of quickly. But the fact that was, like, at one point in the game, earlier in the game, well, as soon as we launched the alpha, Kevin played a little bit, but as soon as I got in, we were in constant fight with this enemy ship for a while. Like, we just kept fighting. Like, we didn't get to actually play the other stuff. And then we kind of got broken away from them a little bit, but then we came back and we were fighting, and there's proximity chat, which is awesome.
More
which
games.
I wish I hope it's forced. I wish party chat is almost disallowed when you play this game.
Yeah, because it adds to the experience.
Yeah.
So we're fighting with them. They're like, parlay, like parlay, which is like pirate code for like, we're amicable or whatever. So we get on the island, and at any point in time, instead of pulling out your weapon, you can pull out an instrument to play music and just like shred some music. So I'm on an island. I have treasure because you have to dig up the treasure, find it on your map, use the compass, and get the treasure. And I got the treasure, and like pirate parlay, and there's two of them. I'm like, okay. I'm like, it's cool. I'm not gonna shoot you. I got my treasure. And I put it down for whatever reason. They're like, pirate parlay. And then the one guy just grabs it and he's like, run. And he just takes off and the other guy starts shooting me and I'm shooting him. And I'm like, it's so much
Stupid
fun.
fun, yeah.
It's so much fun. So if Xbox comes out and says, you know what, this is coming out this fall. We have Crackdown, which is going to be our lead off next. We have State of Decay 2. They're not huge exclusives. No one cares about these franchises really, but we'll put all these together with our racing because Forza 7 is going to come out, and
yeah, I mean, who knows? Too.
I might even buy.
Surprise people.
I might,
Probably
yeah.
not gonna get that.
But I'll tell you what. As someone who's buying the Scorpio, no better game is going to look better than that racing
You're
game
right.
in
You're
4K
totally right.
HDR.
No,
I can't justify a
So
racing game
CFPs,
purchase, though.
please give us something to play because
I do like myself a racing game, but it's I don't know.
Again, I have a wonderful game in GTA 5, and I have
Oh, yeah.
a full-fledged
Okay.
racing game in GTA 5. Why am I going to buy Forza?
It's going to run better on Scorpio.
Even so,
Either way.
why am I going to buy Forza?
All right, we'll do Crackdown 3. Nick, you played Crackdown.
Crackdown was great. Amazing
Back
game.
then, did you play 2?
I played a little bit of 2, and I wasn't as excited with it.
No, it wasn't as good.
Yeah.
Crackdown, Kevin didn't play it.
No,
Open world, almost like superhero guy, action guy. You jump around.
You're an agent.
You're an agent. It was just like dumb open world fun.
Yeah. Like Just Cause almost.
Yeah,
Just
it was
Cause type
before Just
nonsense.
Cause.
Yeah.
but it was more of like a futuristic type.
Yeah,
of,
futuristic
Yeah.
weapons and stuff. So this was back then. Current reveals because this game was announced 3 E3s ago now, which has
No
been a
way.
while. Yeah, 2 or 3 E3s ago.
It had to have only been 2. There's no way it was
no.
3. I'll throw.
I think
it was 3,
it-
'cause
I think
that's
it
a
was.
long
I think it
time.
was Gamescom after E3, but I'll check that as we talk. But
Yeah,
the big thing with Crackdown 3 is when it was announced, it was talked about that everything is indestructible. All the buildings are indestructible, and the whole point is that it's using the power of the cloud to like power the game.
Okay.
So if everything in that game is indestructible, Nick, I mean, you played the first one. What does that do?
Indestructible or destructible?
Destructible, where you
Okay.
can take down any building.
Yeah,
Remember,
okay.
like all the buildings. Imagine if you could just like Battlefield, like take down all
Yeah,
those buildings.
yeah.
Like that would be really cool.
That'd be
and
fun,
shit.
yeah. It's
Um,
more immersive.
Which to this day, one of the single greatest moments of my gaming career is Battlefield 4 on that one map where the giant ass skyscraper
Oh,
in
yeah.
the middle of the match
Yeah.
just comes crashing down.
Kevin, nothing quite matches up to that, man. The
That
first
is-
time you see that,
Especially when
that was next gen. That was next
especially
gen.
like you can experience it when you're on a roof like that's a little like a distance away from it and you watch the building come down, but it's different when you're on top of that
Yeah,
building
yeah.
and all of a sudden things start
Oh.
rumbling and all of a sudden you see everyone just stops fighting, turns around, just runs and dives out the window and pops their chutes.
Kevin?
What?
Cracked Out the Room was announced at Microsoft's E3 press conference in June of 2014. I told you, this is
That's
the
3
third
years.
E3.
What?
This is the longest development.
You haven't seen anything in that game
No,
since.
no,
I don't
nothing.
think. I mean, maybe.
Gamescom, they showed very little. Some people saw it behind closed doors, but there's one game that one person at this table was addicted to more than anything. It was Mr. Kevin Matthews. Kevin, I was addicted. Nick was addicted. Our friend Chris was addicted, but you fought the train after we left. You were
That's
on
true.
that. He was on that
He didn't
train.
give
He was
up.
drinking the Kool-Aid.
The well
After
that-
we were done.
I compare it to the well that like I hear that people fell into with WoW.
Yep.
That is what I because Destiny truly was like my first sort of
MMO type
MMO.
it's not,
experience.
really,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not an MMO,
But I know what you're saying.
but like the grind for gear and the grind for certain different things.
Yeah, really. Oh, yeah, because you didn't play like. I'm trying to think of like console likes, and it's like
There was
Borderlands.
and that's not really
Nothing.
even a grind. Borderlands isn't that bad.
You're grinding. The whole game though is grinding, getting weapons. I mean, we both
Yeah.
played Borderlands
Yeah.
1. What else? You're not playing it for the story. The story's fun. Fun fact: where me, Kevin, and our friend Anthony were playing Borderlands 2. Kevin was audibly laughing out loud at the game because it is funny.
It is a fun game.
It's coming
it's just so
after this topic, but after Destiny 2. But yeah, Destiny it held you for a very long time.
And I have complete faith. Well, I mean, I have faith in Bungie because it's Bungie. Look at what they've done, and they've had 3 years to look at a game that people loved, people hated. It was very,
No.
it was a very divisive game, but they've had 3 years to take
I hate you.
what people hate about it, and I can't even.
I knew it was
speak
coming.
because
I knew
I'm
it was
looking at it.
coming.
Kevin, I don't want to say this, you know.
You have your opinion. I know what it
My
is.
games media following, it's not just one. I follow various outlets.
I know what you're gonna say.
I know.
I know what you're gonna say, and it doesn't.
So let me say it.
matter if it is.
I know.
that.
And I'm not saying it does, but the game is not fully Destiny 2. And I think, let me speak
What-
before.
what is-
Let me, all right,
what
let me
is a
speak.
fully
Let me
Destiny
speak
2?
because this is the problem. Let's go look at some other games. What did Borderlands do 2 differently than 1? Not much. Improved on the same,
Yeah.
right? What
Trying to
was
think.
Borderlands 1 big DLC?
I didn't play the DLC.
No idea.
Yeah.
Right. Gears
If it
1,
was.
Gears of War 1 to Gears of War 2. What DLC? I
A
don't
few
know.
new weapons.
I don't know.
More frustrating online experience.
I'm just thinking. I'm just thinking of like big leaps as the first sequel. Watch Dogs 2. None of us here played it. Watch Dogs 1. I don't remember any significant DLC. Destiny 2's battle was that Destiny 1's DLC marked a precedent that with each expansion you were getting a new raid.
Yeah.
You were getting a new strike. You were going to get some new weapons, right?
Well, except
The only-
for House of Wolves, we didn't get a raid for that.
We had new raid with every
Which was
game.
a dark.
No,
time.
House of Wolves, we didn't get a raid.
House. You only got a.
Was that the
raid-
first one?
No,
No, listen.
it's
You.
the second one.
This is how Destiny went. Destiny launched in September.
Yeah.
You got Vault
you got
Glass.
you got Vault of Glass a couple days after launch, or
Crota,
a
is it?
week or two, or something like that
Yeah.
after launch. You got Crota's End
The Dark
in
Below.
December. The Dark Below. You got House of Wolves in
Yep.
like March.
There was no raid for
And
that.
House of Wolves didn't release with a raid, so you were faced with throughout that summer.
Wait, so
up
oh,
until
yeah,
the
there
Taken
was only
King-
3
the
raids.
Taken
Yeah.
King came out in September.
Taken King was the raid.
And you got the raid in
Oh, yeah.
September. So you went from December to the following September without a raid.
Yeah, but all right,
without a
okay.
raid.
So largely though, I mean,
Yeah,
3 out of
4
4
out of 5.
launched with rate. So you were expecting with DLC for the most part, because House of Wolves, I believe, was before they really got on track. Taken King, which everyone argues is when they implemented a true story They got on track with
Taking-
what
They did
Destiny
get on
should
track.
be.
Taking
Yeah.
King was a great step forward.
Yep,
for
it,
them.
was.
it brought them back, right?
It was.
So you were expected that, each DLC you're going to get a raid, you're going to get a strike, you're going to get some new guns, you're going to get some new loot, right? Destiny 2 comes out. What did they do in the announcement trailer? I think they killed it. I'm going to pour 500 hours into this game.
Oh yeah, we all are.
But what did they do? They fixed all the little third-party apps that we needed. So we were all using LFG to find people. Check. They put that in the game. We all use these item managers.
To
It looks
switch
like
between our
they've
characters
gotten
easily.
better. They haven't fully announced like a comparison tool. They announced,
Well, Bungie that currently
yeah.
acts as like that.
but they announced public events. They're going to be told
Yeah,
when they're
yeah.
coming, so we don't have to use a third-party app for that. So they fixed all the tiny things. For a hardcore Destiny player, that's huge.
Yeah,
For a normal person, that doesn't mean anything.
they don't
No,
understand
there-
what it was
there
before.
There is a pretty big hype around this game, regardless.
Yeah,
He's saying those changes won't be appreciated by.
Yeah,
someone
they
that
won't be
didn't play
as
the
much.
first
Yeah,
one.
they won't be appreciated, but there's.
They're gonna love
But
the
this
game.
is the
people
thing,
are
like,
still gonna get the
but
game.
Destiny 2, it brought us. It's bringing a story, right? That's what we all think that we care about.
I'm fine with
it's a
the raids.
it's a more cohesive story than what we were.
There was no story, basically.
Yeah, there was no story, and I'm fine
vague.
with that. I don't even. I enjoy Destiny without a story.
Yeah, I don't. The gameplay
Yeah.
is so good. I don't necessarily need a story.
Yeah.
I would love it, but what is it doing differently? Because
What-
we're
what-
going to get we're at, and I don't know if 2 raids is the fix because I don't know how
we
that
don't-
would logistically be implemented, but. It's following the cadence of new DLC. Yes, we're getting a new subclass, but that's really the only difference besides a new raid. We're going to get a ton of new strikes, but you would hope so if they're launching technically Destiny 2.
Yeah.
So I really believe, and I hate because I didn't think it until I listened to different podcasts, but it's Destiny 1.5. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
That doesn't
Because I
make-
love
but
Destiny.
No, that doesn't make any. Destiny. It doesn't make any sense. Destiny 1.5. What does it
Why?
What does it
Yeah.
mean?
Also, too, like what game has had such drastic changes from the first one?
Yeah. What
Like
does it
which sequels have been a standalone? Like you could play this game and not
But
have had any knowledge of the,
The
first
problem,
two or first
the
one.
problem and the benefit is that I was comparing it to Borderlands. I was comparing it to Gears in terms of sequels. But Destiny is the first console MMO RPG shooter.
Mhm.
So there's not anything to compare it to
That's
in that
true.
fact. In terms of DLC and what the sequels produce, you have something to compare it to. But Destiny OG, Vanilla Destiny, which they call just like Vanilla
Yeah.
WoW, me and Kevin were in the fucking hell. It was awful.
Vanilla
What you had to
Destiny
do to
was rough,
grind
man.
was fucking horrible. There was
Yeah.
fucking spin. What I can't even think of
hey,
it.
Nick, remember how you could buy bundles of spin
Spine-
metal?
yeah, it was-
at the
Yeah, that
tower?
wasn't available.
We had to go to Earth and try to drive around and
Yeah.
find those stupid little spin metal plants
Hey.
and farm them. It was awful.
I will note that I did do that grind anyway. I did the
No,
moon
Nick-
grind.
Nick grinded the hell out of the game when he first got it.
I
Yeah.
remember.
He caught
like
up to us.
every
Yeah.
other game.
He caught
Yeah.
up to us pretty quick.
It's not surprising for Nick. He's a special human being.
I love grinding. One of my favorite games of all time, Final Fantasy Tactics. The only way to beat that game without pulling your hair out is to literally spend 20 hours.
But
Grinding.
this is the thing. And it sucks. And I don't think it's fair. And I don't think my even argument has been fair this whole time. But if Destiny 2 would have came out and been like, this is our launch schedule. And they still have the opportunity to do it at E3, so they could save it for me because they're
There have
gonna
already
talk
been-
about.
I'm pretty sure there have already been 2 expansions that have already been announced.
But this is the
But
thing.
they-
But now we have to pay for it. If they would have came out and been like, listen,
Well, we don't know
at,
that.
yeah,
we
yeah,
don't
no,
know that.
we don't.
Probably
It's
will,
fair.
but
Yeah.
But there's no reason they're not at this point. They announced what you're getting. There's no reason anything else isn't going to be behind a paywall. If they would have said at launch we have raid number 1, and you know what? A month after that, raid 2 is going to launch. That would but that would have made it Destiny 2 for me.
yeah,
Because
what
what
I
did
want them
Destiny
to
1?
do-
They launched with 1 raid. They could do raid 1 hard mode a little bit later, and then raid 2. But you're already going to get that.
No,
Yeah.
But what would be incredible is if we get a raid experience that is so ridiculously
yeah,
challenging
yeah.
that people don't
I
finish
like
it
where
for the
Kevin's
first-
going.
That
But-
they don't finish it for the first
And this
4 months.
and this is the problem where they said it.
I mean, it's unrealistic too. But
The problem with Destiny 1, the stats don't lie. It was their opening sentence in the conference is that 50% of Destiny players didn't play a raid.
Yeah. That's nuts.
What the
to
fuck
me.
did you do
Yeah.
then?
That is nuts. To
Unless you loved PvP, what did you? And I'll never forget because
did
I
love
played
PvP.
I played my
good
first
PvP.
I played my first raid before Kevin, and I couldn't because me and Kevin used to party chat at our colleges
It was on
through
college
Skype.
networks. Yeah, it was awful.
I couldn't party chat, so I literally communicated with this great group of gentlemen by dancing. Broza, I need you to shoot this fucking oracle at this point and do this. Do you understand? Dance for yes. I would dance.
Easy.
And you know, that was so cool on a console when none of us are PC gamers, so we don't know anything about this. But now in Destiny 2, it's like 50% of players didn't play that in the first one. If Destiny 2 launches, Kevin, by the time you finish the story, should you be raid ready or do you need to grind again? Because I don't think you need to grind again. This is the thing.
No,
I
there
wanted them to do is you finish a story, you're raid 1 ready.
Nah.
Raid 1 is a little tease for raid. It's a raid. It's
The
like a
raid
Vault of
should-
Glass, but then there's raid 2. Where raid 2 is for the hardcore. You got to grind out. You got to grind raid
I don't
1
agree
and
with The
that's
raid
what I
should-
wanted.
The raid should always be an intimidating thing.
Yeah, but if
You shouldn't.
yeah,
just,
but
you shouldn't
if
finish.
50
You shouldn't finish the story after however many hours and be like, okay, now I'll do this activity.
yeah, but if 50% of your player base
It should be something
Didn't
you're
t-
thinking about and be like, all right, I have to
Exactly.
prepare for this.
Yes. I don't want it to be something that's hard because it's bullet spongy and you're dying because your armor isn't that good. I want it to be something that.
but that's what Destiny 1 was.
No, it
it
wasn't.
was there were a
mechanics
lot of
involved.
confusing mechanics that we had to
No,
discover.
but you couldn't play the one raid unless you had X amount of
Yes,
light
which-
level because you would get torched.
which was annoying.
Well,
that
there's
was
that.
kind of annoying.
but that's what you just said.
What do you mean? I said I want the thinking more. That's what I just said.
That's
All right,
the
but
thing
thinking,
that
but you said so it's not a bullet sponge, but it's a bullet sponge if you're not level enough.
That's true, but I don't want that grind to have to be to that point.
No, but what I think
That
what he was
RNG.
saying, he doesn't want it to be like just like a strike experience where you're just shooting a ball.
Yeah.
There's no, and Destiny 2
Thank
has the
you.
capable of be Destiny 2 if they make a strike a mini raid, which the strikes in Destiny 1 were not.
They did. There's footage of the.
Yeah, it sounds like a
raid
mini
looks kinda
raid. It
cool.
sounds very cool.
Strikes need to be more like, I don't know, but yeah, no, I think
They need to. They just need to have raid. They need to have puzzle mechanics because
Yeah.
what was a strike in Destiny 1? Let's run to
Run
the
and
end, kill
gun,
every
kill-
shit.
yeah.
We can literally run past the enemies
Yep.
and get to the boss.
Yeah.
Kill the boss, loot.
Mhm.
I think it is.
There
And listen, I-
is room for activities like that in a game like that,
And they announced the different
something you could farm.
the worlds and stuff and all these little fixes. Like I was talking about little fixes that you can.
That's not a little fix. Being able to explore a sci-fi.
No. What I
universe-
was saying, the little fixes being that you can. You don't have to go to the orbit
to go to the
everywhere.
tower,
Like
yeah.
that's like the hugest little fix that anyone who played Destiny 1 has no idea.
Mhm.
But I walked into Destiny. We could put the chat message up. I said this Destiny 2's reveal. It's theirs to just dominate. They have every piece in place to crush it. I still believe they can.
I believe the biggest thing for Destiny 2 that they need is if their exploration
Is actually a
feature on
world.
the planets, like if there's actually like dungeons and stuff you could
Yep.
find and side quests you could
It
find
needs to
on
be-
these different worlds.
It needs to be an MMO. Where in an
Yeah.
MMO, when we played World of
Yeah.
Warcraft, Kevin, because we never played the game before, we're walking that way. We don't know what the fuck that way is.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
We have no idea.
Whereas like in Destiny 1, you drop onto Earth.
It's a big
Okay,
circle,
okay,
basically.
When you first start the game, you're walking around on Earth. You're like, oh wow, there's a lot here. You're finding little caves and stuff, but there's nothing. There's nothing in
It's a
there at
cave.
all.
They're just enemy spawns.
There's enemies spawning on this random ass planet. You know?
That's why I said, it's theirs to win. And at E3, they
I
have
think it's gonna be
they
cool.
have the opportunity. They could, in my opinion, they could still make a Destiny 2. They just have to show me. I'm not saying it's Destiny fully one. Right now, it is, in my opinion.
We're all still getting it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not criticizing. I'm still gonna pour like 500 hours in. I'm just saying it's more Destiny. I love the Destiny. They have they didn't talk about Trials. Trials was Game Battles Modern Warfare 2 all over again.
Yeah.
You have to win 9 matches if you didn't do bullshit in a row to get the ultimate prize.
Yeah.
That is such a fucking
It's awesome.
one of a kind idea.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of that.
Where for people listening still, bless your soul if you're fucking listening to this, the night we first reached the lighthouse,
That was one of the fondest nights of my life.
Nick obviously was not in it.
Not the first time, sadly.
Chris was there, our friend Chris, and Brandon here, shotgunning Limeritas. Worst hangover in my entire life. But do you remember when we first reached that lighthouse when we got that win?
It was amazing.
Have
That's
you
the background on
never
my Xbox is
Yeah.
us sitting at the lighthouse.
you didn't feel that in a console game before. I didn't feel that. Even we played 500 MW2 matches. It never built to this. That was like if us went on like a 9-game winning streak and then we won the playoffs. Like
Yeah.
we won. So they have something perfect there. They just need to do it right. And that's where we'll end Destiny 2.
I can dig it.
We're going to go back a little bit. Borderlands 3. Now, Kevin, as of recording, we've played about 3 hours of Borderlands 2, and that was your first Borderlands experience. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean it's
Dumb fun, right?
Dumb fun.
It's not anything I'd get at this point. I haven't played enough of it. It's not something I get super excited about, but I know that there's a hardcore audience of that game that is waiting for the announcement.
But Kevin, this is the thing. I don't think I've ever heard you laugh in a game before.
Well, I mean,
That's a different aspect. What other games get you like that? I've never heard you laugh in a video game, really.
When we soar through the sky in Rocket League.
No, but like that's
No,
us.
what
That's
gets me-
like us.
You know what gets me? You've never. I mean, weren't really on the GTA train with us.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
When we start a heist, and all of a sudden, like you start the heist, and you're starting like a setup job or something for it, and everyone's cars are all set up outside of wherever you're setting this heist.
I get
at.
that. Okay.
So we're running out to the cars, and of course, for some reason, every time I end up getting into the car to drive to whatever setup it is with Nick. And he's already in the car. As soon as my ass hits the seat in the car, flooring it, he goes 100,000 miles an hour, honking his horn, which is like some weird musical number. I don't even know what it is. And he just starts launching his fucking car off his shit. By the time we get to wherever we gotta be, his car is like a shell of what it once was when we first got it.
And that's fucking awesome
And I
because
die every
that's what GTA is awesome for. But that's
dumb fun.
user created funny.
A lot of it is
Borderlands
user
2
created, yeah.
is just
Well, 'cause
you
it's so
throw a
over
little
the top.
comment. It's so it is, but it's like stupid funny. So that's
Yeah.
why Borderlands 3, like Gearbox is coming off of Battleborn, which Brandon loved in the beta, and absolutely no one bought because they sent that game out to die against Overwatch.
Nah, well, Battleborn was a missed opportunity because that game should have been free to play.
It could have done that. It could have launched literally.
I mean, I don't know if that was feasible for them at all,
No.
but if they should have did that.
If that game, honest to God, if that game launched like a year before Overwatch, it might have had
It
a
would've-
completely different.
No,
Yeah.
even if
Because that would have been
launched-
the first of its kind. But
Exactly.
Overwatch was so hyped, so like 15 times more hyped
'cause you
against
got- 'cause you
Battleborn.
got that Blizzard.
That's it. It was so, like you couldn't compete. They sent the game out to die. So if Gearbox comes back, they say Borderlands 3 is going to be more of the dumb fun we've experienced. They don't really have to do so much. It could be a lot of fun for all of us.
Yeah.
no. And plus, I mean, that hardcore Borderlands audience that I know exists.
There's
I'm excited.
one of the few games coming up next. We have. It hurts that you guys didn't play the first one. South Park, Fractured But Whole.
Oh, yeah, my brother
Currently-
Stick of Truth.
He is
Yeah, he's been playing. He's loving it.
currently my most anticipated game of 2017. It beats Destiny because listen, you know what? I know what I'm getting with Destiny.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have fun with you guys. It's gonna be awesome. But South Park, I never laughed more in that game. You open that game, you pick your custom class. One of the custom classes is literally, it's called the Jew class. I was like, where in the world am I ever gonna play an RPG where I'm a Jew class? So I played that. I couldn't even fully appreciate it because I haven't seen all of South Park.
Mhm.
But I mean, Kevin, you appreciated their announcement trailer. It's like Marvel's
They're genius.
superheroes, villains.
That
It's,
show is set up perfectly to be in
A video game.
form, you know?
Yeah.
and the video game looks like a TV show.
It looks
yeah,
exactly
It
that's
like
what
is.
the show.
It nails it.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Is the TV show is so translatable to a game 2D surface?
That might be the best licensed video game probably ever. I mean, I don't
Was the
even know.
first one a turn based like?
It was turn based, so you have to appreciate that. But what they're saying about
That won't turn me away from
no,
it.
but I mean,
Maybe.
you don't have too much. You haven't played much turn based games in your
really.
past.
Pokemon. Little Pokemon.
Yeah,
here and there.
Pokemon, but
That's
I mean-
about it.
Fucking Final Fantasy Tactics,
Dude,
baby. I mean, you played the
freaking
other
way.
one, but
Yeah,
we
I
played
played
different
the better
ones.
one.
No,
But
that's
Advance
what you
is
think.
fine.
And
Advance is
Tactics
fine.
Advance, he's played War of the Lions, Final Fantasy.
Tactics Advances. I played OG Final Fantasy Tactics, which then was remastered for the PSP as War of the Lions, which introduced a very great class that I'm very happy with, the Dark
Yeah.
Knight. That's besides the point. Tactics Advance also a great game. If you can get past the stupid
It's awesome.
game makers, what are they? The judges, that
Yeah,
crap. If
yeah.
you can get past that, great game.
But yeah, so it is turn based, but apparently this new one is really expanded on like the combat. The first one is very basic. So I mean, by all means, it is a welcome turn based game for anyone. Like my dad is literally addicted to the Walking Dead mobile game.
Oh, really?
And I looked at it the one day while he was playing it. He plays it literally every day. His fucking fiance yells at him all the time. It's a turn-based strategy game. That's what
Yeah,
it is.
yeah.
But it's The Walking Dead, so he plays it. I'm like,
Exactly.
Dad. I was like, Dad, you're playing a turn-based like action game. He's like, this is The Walking Dead.
Those
Like,
games run rampant on
Yeah.
mobile.
make so much money. So there's that. We touched a little bit. There's Spider-Man on the PS4.
Yeah, I mean, who knows?
2000.
I mean,
Dude.
if they were
23.
smart, there's a
Now-
huge ass movie coming out in a month.
Kevin, this is the thing now. Now you're a little spoiled where there's a PS4 in your household, right? So technically, you can probably get away with buying the game and just
playing it when
playing
you
it.
can.
This is honestly a game. If done and shown me enough, I would buy a PS4 for. If I could be, because I remember watching like Spider-Man 1 and 2 on DVD like repeatedly over and over and over again. Where if they're able to like nail what Spider-Man is, and this game might not come out for like 2 years, it might come out this year.
Do you remember the
but
Spider-Man game that came out on? I think it was PS2 or something that was open world.
Spider-Man 2 on PS2, I never played it, but it is regarded as the best Spider-Man
Yeah, I
game
remember
ever
playing
because
it.
it was
It's
open
crazy.
world and you could swing around the
It
city,
was
and
freaking
people
nuts.
fucking love that shit.
I can only imagine playing that game at 1080p in a even bigger.
Yep. Let's see. We got.
I mean, just look at the map size capability now.
As long as they give you stuff to do,
Yeah.
you know, in coherent story.
I mean,
Whatever.
even Breath of the Wild, like, I ventured out into the snow mountains and got slaughtered immediately. And I was like, this is great. I had no complaints.
talk about Breath of the Wild for a second. I got my ass kicked in that game
Enemies
for
were
a very
tough.
long time. How? Now we could talk about it because you beat
We
it.
can, but let's talk about it another time.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
We got a few random games in here just to close out this Foreplay podcast episode.
Hello
Let's
Kitty
throw it.
Island Adventures.
No. We got some. Does anyone care about sports games here anymore? Because there's a bunch here, but I'm not gonna.
Or like Madden 2K.
Madden, NBA 2K. Listen,
Last year was the first year I didn't buy a Madden.
the last year was the first year. Wow, I give you props because literally I haven't bought a Madden game day one in forever, and I used to be that guy.
Yeah, we all did. I used to go to GameStop,
But they're
and
not
post up.
fun anymore for me. They're too real. They are not arcadey
They got
anymore.
rid of the arcade feature. I mean, what really? I don't need a truly like crazy realistic experience.
No.
I mean, I watch actual football.
We all do
for that.
religiously. Like we have that. We want to have fun. We don't need.
As much as I hate to say it, because I hated it when it would happen to me, I miss like Nick or somebody hitting me with the swerve instead
Yeah.
of actually using.
Oh, wasn't it the worst?
Instead of actually using the juke feature in the game, just cutting your player across the field with.
It's this is the thing. Every year they get better with the graphics as graphics evolve, but they focus so much each year. I feel like on presentation, and I literally because I have EA access, which I pay for, so I have Madden NFL 17.
Yeah.
So I played it the one day, and it was like literally after every play there was like a presentation break. I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm not here to watch a fucking football game.
Yeah.
I'm here to play. Let me
Yeah.
fucking play the game. I couldn't do it. I was done. So I guess none of us really. Mike, to speak for him, he plays FIFA, but he doesn't. I don't think he buys any of the games. He's actually a big Madden guy, which surprised me because I feel like he's the least football
Yeah.
guy out of at least us three. But I know he loves Madden.
I'm shocked I never fell into that ultimate team well that people seem to.
That's a
fall into.
dangerous well.
I didn't fall into that
Yeah.
either. And I remember
that's a
Madden
huge thing.
2006 with Donovan McNabb on the cover, I believe.
Yes,
Dude,
think
I
it was
literally
2006.
came home from school every day and did a fantasy draft. I was addicted to fucking fantasy drafts in that game.
No, I
Offline
loved-
franchises.
I loved doing the offline.
2003 started it all. You could set ticket prices and stuff in 2003.
I remember
it was
that.
crazy.
Oh my god.
It's the best.
But listen, the teaser that they did reveal, there's a story mode. There's like a
There-
story mode,
I don't
and they're
know.
starting to put that in all the games. Look, listen, honest to God, I remember.
I hope it's good.
Honest to God, I watched it. I was like, this could be the year. They got to show
Yeah,
me
I mean,
more.
I mean, I'm not interested in that now, but I mean, if it's good,
Yeah.
I hope it's good. I mean, sign me up.
You know what could pull me back into Madden that they haven't had in a few years? That the same thing 2K has, like that my player mode.
Oh yeah.
Let me make a
Yeah.
player. Let me make a player. Let me start him out in like the last year of college.
Do you know how much money that my player mode reels in
Oh my
based on that virtual
God.
currency that's in NBA 2K?
It's ridiculous.
Because you can literally purchase the currency to upgrade your player and make him a god, so you don't have to actually grind to make him good.
And you can use them online,
Yeah,
which is broken.
It's all backwards.
it's such a money maker. I'm shocked that Madden hasn't.
They'll get on it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll be this year, but they'll get back on that train.
So we're gonna talk about a
Maybe.
few random games next. The Assassin's Creed franchise. They
Oh, they're coming back.
took the first every year off. They've literally had a game every year
They needed-
since
they needed to do
2007. Yeah,
They needed to do that.
I played one, hated it. My brother loved it because
It
at
was
the
a good
time he
game.
played games. I think Nick, you're the only assassin. I think Mike has played them, but you played a few of them,
I've
right?
played
liked
4 or
three.
5 of them.
Oh,
yeah.
you played
Three was
too?
good.
I played 3. 3 was fun because of the time period.
I heard 2 was the last amazing one.
2 was my favorite.
And then I hear
2
a
was
lot
my
of people
favorite.
like Black Flag, which my
Black
goal this
Flag was
summer is to
also
play
great.
Black Flag
Flag
because
was
I want to
interesting.
be the pirate guy now because
Yeah.
of Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, you should play.
No, you know what? Black Flag is a very you hop in. It's very relaxing.
So in
You just
addition,
feel at peace.
so Nick is the number one Ubisoft hater for no real reasons besides online.
Their online
but
play.
The thing is, you can't back that up because you never buy the games. You just hate
But I
them.
know it's gonna be that.
Yeah, but
and
you just
Division
hate
was
them.
bad.
The Division was bad. Not,
Wildlands was
me
bad.
and me and Kevin talked about this. Division was not bad because of online. It was bad because the game just
Yes, but its online was
It
also
wasn't-
bad at launch.
it wasn't what we
They-
wanted it to be.
They improved it, but their big ticket selling item was building at the release. It was oh, okay, everyone start getting geared because incursions are coming out. Incursions. This.
Mhm.
The incursion comes out, and it's literally just running a mission on challenge. It was nothing.
But Kevin, that's
Yeah.
I gotta look it up now because that's not even what did it for me. They had the coolest fucking announcement trailer ever. They said the story of this game is gonna be open world New York City in the wintertime.
Perfect.
The reason it's post-apocalyptic is because some madman put a fucking virus on the money during Black Friday and infected the world. I was like, that is so fucking cool. Give me that game. And the gameplay fucking sucked. It sucked so bad. That was
It's pretty
easily
clunky.
my most disappointed game of that year.
Yeah, it's
It was announced at E3 2013, so before the Xbox One. So we knew it was coming to next gen console. So if it announced 2013, I think it came out in 2014 or 15.
What?
It was announced in 2013,
Came
June.
Out,
so it should be here. Just give me a second.
came out in 2016.
Yeah, it couldn't have come out in
Yeah, no,
2014.
it came out 2016. Jesus,
March of 2016.
last year. Oh my god, easily the most disappointing game. I'm not a Ubisoft guy either. The game we're gonna talk about next is Far Cry 5. That game got
is
announced.
getting a lot
My-
of criticism.
Got announced. Do you know about the criticism yet, Nick?
Not because its name, right? It has to
No.
do.
Far Cry 5 was announced. They put a teaser trailer out that it was rumored for a while it was going to be in Montana, United States, which was different, which pulled me in because I was like, this is going to be a grounded ass game. I played a little bit of Far Cry 3.
My brother loves Far Cry 3.
Far Cry is the big thing with that is you get these random exotic animals, you use them, you skin them, you do this, and I was like, how the fuck are they gonna ground this game, right? So then the reveal trailer
Finding
comes
some
out.
raccoons,
Yeah.
skinning them up, wearing them as hats.
That's literally what's going on.
Yeah,
That's
in Far
amazing.
Cry, yeah, it's cool. It really is cool. The other games have been cool, no problem at all. But this new one,
If anyone gets offended
Yeah, fuck.
By
So-
Far Cry. I mean, come on.
Far Cry 4 got shit because the cover had a bleach hair blonde white man who was ruling the Himalayas, and they said it was white supremacy and all this nonsense. But Far Cry 5 comes out, and the story is, it's this religious cult group that has taken over Montana. It's basically like the KKK in modern America, where the KKK somehow, which does make sense to me, they have like their own compounds and shit in America. So over time in Montana, this religious cult has gained enough ground where they basically have like their own state.
Okay.
So you're in their state and you're like, you're fighting to take them down. And I was like, fuck, dude, like I'm all in. That's so cool. Like it's in our backyard. It's in America.
Red Dawn type
Yeah.
thing going on.
And then they're like, you can tame bears and tigers to fight for you. And I'm like, that doesn't add up. Like, how am I taking down a religious cult in my back door, but a bear is fighting for me and shit? Like, it really ruined it there for me. So Far Cry 5 came as a very anticipated game and very not. But Far Cry 5 is coming out in February.
I still haven't played any of those, but I hear
It got delayed, so it's out of the fall, which is nice. But that really leads it into its competitor, which was Red Dead Redemption 2, which none of us played. Red Dead Redemption 1. No, it got delayed.
Yeah, no,
Okay. I thought you said this fall. It got delayed, so who knows when the fuck that's going to come out.
The first one's in my queue. I got it backwards compat on my Xbox One.
Yes, me and Kevin.
Sitting there.
Me and Kevin's summer goal, we talked about this before, play that first one because people fucking love it.
And I should be, just based on the premise, all over this game.
Yeah, it is definitely a Kevin game.
All over it.
But, it's Rockstar and GTA 5. The thing, though, is
Sorry.
I don't know how it could beat GTA 5, and people are putting it like next to it because GTA is such a known quantity.
Yeah.
You're gonna go into this open world and you could do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
But Red Dead, it's like you're in a western
Now that
Yeah.
GTA follows it up with a coherent, like, comical story
too.
as well.
Yeah.
But still, it's just so like you've known about GTA since you were like 4. Like GTA. I remember GTA was the one game my parents didn't want
Vice
me to
City.
play.
Yeah.
The first time I
Right.
ever saw GTA was GTA 3, and I saw it was one of my next door neighbors had it.
Exactly. That's how everyone had it. Someone's
And,
neighbor had it.
He had it on PS2, and as
Yep.
soon as I saw him play as the character, he was standing in front of a car and he gave the car the finger. I was
Yep.
like, in my head, I was like, I should not be watching this. My
Yep.
mom would freak the fuck out.
Exactly. My mom let me get San Andreas. My dad was strictly against it. It was one of those games where we've been ingrained with this forever, and everyone knows Grand Theft Auto because it's polarizing.
It is polarizing.
They don't know Red Dead Redemption, so I can't wait for that game to come out because I just want to see if it's going to put anywhere close to numbers. I mean, I'm in, and
I might be.
I'm
We'll
in
see.
off a screenshot like you were talking about.
I got
earlier.
hyped just off the
And
screenshot. Yeah.
I never played a game
Never
from
did.
Red Dead, but it's Rockstar, so
It's quality.
they really are rock stars. There's rumors.
So cheap.
I ignored
It
it.
was.
Yeah, I
It's
ignored it,
true.
honestly. ignored
Kevin,
it.
this one's more for you. Very, very loosely though. Cyberpunk 2077. Do you know what this is?
Yeah, it's the next game from the people who did Witcher.
CD Projekt Red.
Oh, okay.
So this game is more up our alleys because Witcher 3,
Yeah.
medieval.
Dude, that reminds me, Witcher Game of the Year edition right now is like
25
$25 on PC.
I listen. I looked at it on Xbox PC. I said I can't. I got too much backlog. The backlog's too big.
But The
Yeah.
Witcher is the one game that I think that I would get a better experience out of it on PC. Just
performance based. It would be worth it. This
'Cause
at
it's
this
such a-
point.
It's such a giant world,
But listen, so what is The Witcher 3? The Witcher 3. I've never played it, but
People are
to my
calling it one
knowledge,
of the best games.
one of the best games of all
It's a
time.
phenomenal game.
But it
Absolutely
is one of
phenomenal
the biggest,
Tiny
most
things.
dense RPGs ever made, where there's literally hundreds of side quests. So if you take that and you put it into something more my formula, which I'm okay with, like old, like medieval type games, but if you put it into sci-fi setting, which is more my alley, dude.
Is that what they're saying this game is?
Cyberpunk 2070 is supposed to be, 2077, so it's more in the future.
No, it's futuristic, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
if
it's
that was
supposed to
that
be.
same
It's supposed to
genre.
be a sci-fi. It's supposed to be their sci-fi Witcher. So, Dude, put me all in. I mean,
interesting.
technically, this game was announced 2 years ago, so we're about that time where Witcher 3 has been dead now. The last DLC
it's
came
not-
out. No, it came
not
out.
dead.
It came
Not
out.
dead.
No, it came out early last year, but you're almost getting to that point where we talked about the Fallout 4 structure, which I'd rather a game be announced than come out that year.
Yeah.
But most companies can't do that because of stocks and everything. Where this might be the year it gets announced. So
We'll see.
Yeah, not everyone can be Rockstar and still have their game 4 years later cost full price.
Yeah. Yeah.
isn't that nuts? Just like
Absolutely
Nintendo,
nuts.
which
That
but
game-
Nintendo just does it because they're fucking annoying.
They're-
But
exactly, that's the
GTA
only
5
reason.
might have dropped in price like once over the last.
It's been on
Dude,
sale.
years.
I bought the game twice and I've never played more than 10 hours of the story.
Yeah, that's-
Why?
I mean, that's your own fault.
Yeah, but why? I still bought it. Few stragglers here at the end of this episode. Nick, we'll go back to Switch for a second.
Oh no.
Keeping with Ubisoft, where Ubisoft is the worst company in terms of leaks. Every single game they have gets leaked. So this game is still unconfirmed, but do you know what I'm talking about with the Switch?
No.
Because you don't pay attention, and it's not.
I don't
against
care
you,
about
but-
Ubisoft too much.
No, but in the games media, this was leaked like months and months ago, where Mario and the Rabbids, do you know
Yes,
the Rabbit,
yes.
the Raving Rabbids nonsense?
I'm already annoyed.
They have a team up. And it-
Already annoyed.
but listen, the only reason I'm in is because it's an RPG. But if you looked at any of the key art for it, you have like this fucking rabbit in like a Luigi costume with a gun in their hand, and like all their shit. So the cool thing, Nick, as a Ubisoft hater, is that there's a third party that's supporting the Switch with like a
Okay.
first, like a second. It's technically a second party game, so it's like they're putting all their like Rabbids is a big franchise. They're putting it into the Switch.
Yeah.
So hopefully that leads to more games because
Okay.
I'm fine with that. But
As that with that consequence, I can accept it.
everything is pointing to this game coming out this fall. So we're gonna have a Mario with guns and rabbits coming out. But if it's a Mario RPG, I'm in. Let's see. I like RPGs. I'm
That's
fine
really
with
gonna
Mario.
draw in,
We'll see.
New customers.
Yeah,
We'll see.
the fucking dumb kids with fucking rabbits. We have that. We have Middle Earth: Shadow of War.
That got delayed.
Yep, but only a month. It was September
I still.
to October. Apparently, that's a phenomenal game. Which, by all means, what I've heard about it, we should all like. But none of us have played it. I know that
No, and I've been very, very close to purchasing it and playing it.
multiple times.
But
Yeah, me
here's
too.
my trife is that
Wait,
I've been holding out.
yeah, I'm watching the movies. Is that what you're gonna say?
I've been holding out on watching these seminal films that people swear by because I've wanted to actually
Read
read
the
the
books.
series before
Yeah.
I watch.
Have you ever seen the movies, Nick?
I've seen the first one, and
Oh my
I've seen
God.
The Hobbit, which I know isn't the same,
They're
but
so fucking good.
they just walk.
You
ever
could
see
say
Clerks
you
2?
could say yeah. I know.
Yeah,
Listen,
you
we
know what I'm
all love Clerks too.
Yeah, we all love Clerks too.
But no, it's good. Apparently, by all means, I should love the first one. I just never played it. And the sad part is, this one sounds like it does everything but better. I don't think, especially now that it's October, we're gonna be in Destiny mode. I'm not
Yeah, we're gonna be
buying
in
this
Destiny
game,
mode.
man. And what's coming after Destiny? Call of Duty World War II, Battlefront 2, and all the other unannounced games.
At this
Dude,
point,
we're
right now,
so
though,
spoiled.
I'm not buying Battlefront 2.
I am because of the campaign. I put my. Unfortunately, I wish I
I mean,
had.
that'll change as hype builds for episode 8. So
Yeah.
I'll buy it.
I pulled together like my purchases for the E3 fall in terms of games, and it's like $360.
Yeah, you need to wake up.
We have Battlefront 2, Destiny 2, Call of Duty World War 2, Sea of Thieves, Crackdown 3, State of Decay 2.
Yeah.
See how flawed is our thinking that like you feel the need to buy all those when they release, when the realistic way for you to consume all that
Is buy one,
is
play
to
it.
get one, play it.
This and
If
listen,
if it doesn't float your boat, then you get the next.
and this is definitely
instead of just overwhelming yourself with all
yeah.
this.
This is almost another topic, but I love Xbox. There's not a true reason why I should love the PS3 more because of the exclusives and the stories, because that's now more what I'm into. But I feel the need, especially with artists, and I download illegal shit all the time. Fun fact, illegal FBI take me out. But I feel the need to support these people. I've bought Gone Home now like 3 times because I fucking love that game. And I know each time I legally buy this game, I'm going to support it.
Yeah.
I bought Titanfall 2 day one. I've played fucking like 4 hours Titanfall 2. Titanfall 2 is some of the best gameplay I've ever played in a game. That game was sent out to die last year. But I knew this game was probably not going to get a third one.
They didn't,
and that sucks. But the game is perfect. I'm going to support it, so I bought the game.
It wasn't like, I feel like it wasn't marketed good enough.
Because they put it next to all their other games. Battlefield 1 came out like a week before, and Call of Duty came out the week after. It was like, what the fuck?
When did Titanfall 2 release?
It was the week after Battlefield 1.
They needed another March release like the first one.
Which would have been perfect.
I don't know why more people don't release their games in March when there's no other games coming
Better
out.
releasing, yeah.
Well, this
That's
is
what, like that's what the one game that did that so perfectly, and it was a million years ago now, is Dying Light.
Dying Light, but see, Dying Light kind of spoiled it because now this current Q1, which is this year till about April, they're saying is easily, and I believe it is, might have been the best Q1 ever.
Yeah,
we got Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
We got Horizon Zero Dawn, which looks
Yeah.
like the coolest game ever from Xbox owners. They had PlayStation 4 had Persona 5, which is huge in Japan.
Yeah, absolutely
Huge, and it got really big here. They had Nier Automata, an anime style game, but got very good reviews on PlayStation 4. They had Neo, which on PS4 again,
like
Dark Souls like game. All of these games came out in Q1, and it's like Mass Effect Andromeda, which I played like 80 hours, came out in Q1. We won't talk about any more of that. I'm gonna have my own opinion elsewhere, but still, like all these games came. Resident Evil 7 opened up the year, January.
Oh yeah.
I loved Resident Evil 7, and I wasn't the only one.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck. That's what we already got this year. Now we have all this other shit coming out.
And we'll see, we only can see at E3 what even
That's what I'm saying.
surprises
So
there
to
are.
close out this very, very long foreplay podcast, that's that fun fact. If you've understood by this point, we're breaking up the segments into a full podcast.
So
how we break it
Mondays-
up is going to be how the editor determines. So the rough idea is Nintendo Switch, Xbox Scorpio, and then third party as the Thursday do you know topic, because we do what we want here. But the last thing I want to say is just what unannounced, unexpected games do we want to see? Is there any that come to mind?
If they hit us, if Bethesda drops, we're
They
putting
won't.
Fallout 3 on the Switch as well.
No.
Oh my god.
I'm out.
All right. Listen, I want your eye in the sky prediction, and then I want like a realistic thing that you want to see.
Yeah.
Because obviously Fallout 3 on the Switch. Listen,
If Skyrim can make it, why can Fallout 3 not?
honest to God, if Skyrim would have had a release date by now, I would have believed that a little bit more. But they announced it. When was the reveal event? Now March?
Yeah.
No, it came out in March. I think it was February. Or no, it was March. It was the reveal was March, but we haven't heard a single thing, and that got teased a very long time
That's
ago.
true, yeah. It's probably the press conference is probably going to be about Skyrim for Switch.
Hopefully,
Part of it at least.
if it even comes out at this
If it
point,
even
because
comes out,
honestly,
yeah.
that's the tough part.
If they I'm saying what would blow me away is if they throw in Fallout 2.
That's two different.
It won't
things,
happen.
No.
But I'm saying that would blow me away.
What if they like? Because Fallout 2 is like a 2D.
Oh no, I wouldn't
over
want
the-
Fallout
over the
2
top.
on the Switch.
But what if they took Fallout 2 and they just blew it up into?
All right.
Into first
Yeah.
person.
All right, now you've got me. No,
Did you
now
ever
you've got
touch
me.
Fallout 2?
I did. I played Fallout 1 and Fallout 2, and it just didn't wrap me the
No.
same way that New Vegas and 3 did.
That's why
and 4.
Tom Howard, the creative
Todd.
director, Todd Howard.
Get his name
Yes.
right.
Sorry,
He is a demigod.
he turned Fallout 3 into what Fallout is now.
Yeah.
He took Fallout 2 because it's in this garage, and
Yep.
me and our friend Brand have played it, and it's
not
it's
the
for
best
it's
game.
for that
Yeah.
audience,
Yeah.
but not for the audience that we
Appreciates
started
Fallout
with.
3. Yeah.
Well, no, not appreciated, but we started with Fallout 3. Like,
Yeah.
That's technically that's not Fallout, but it is what Fallout is now. So
What
there's
Fallout
something
is
for
to
that.
me.
So that's your wild sky. I mean, is
That
there
would be
anything
my
you're else
wild in the
expecting
sky.
to see?
I guess. No, I don't want to say I'm expecting to see, but if Scorpio turns out to be more
than what you
than what I'm
thinking?
thinking it is now.
Which, do you even have an idea what that is, or they need to show?
I'm just
that to you?
thinking it's going to be able to run 4K. Now after that video,
Yeah, but
that
I
we saw-
really don't know what else they can. That's the thing is,
Yeah.
I don't know what else they could say besides your normal games are going to run 10 times better.
But
The
how
games are
is
going
it
to run
better?
for
You can throw out
loading
any number.
screens.
Yeah,
frame
show me
rate. Okay,
Show me that. Show me side by side
because
a bunch of different games.
this is the thing with that. To touch one more time, is if the price point is right. If your Xbox One, because if we all do still have launch day Xbox One somehow. Well, no, Nick doesn't. He got it a little later. Me and
It
Kevin
was like
do.
a few months later.
But we're at the point where
although there's no recognition that I actually got it.
yeah, Kevin. This
got
is the
screwed.
best. I got the Xbox One Day One achievement. Kevin did not even know he got an Xbox One. Day
That's
one.
absolutely unfair.
It's such. I would
He had-
never live with if I was
He
Kevin
had a
because
controller that was engraved day 1, 2013.
Although-
I had nothing.
although I bought the Best Buy fucking insurance policy because they roped it into me when I spent $1,000 on this Xbox One, and of course that was the controller that the stick broke, so I sent it in to get fixed. So they didn't send me a Day One back. So controller's gone. I have the achievement though, so it's there. But still though, it's like if the price point is right, if Kevin's Xbox One breaks tomorrow, which Kevin's Xbox is on the way out. There's no way.
I put that paper to work.
There's no way that I feel like it would be hard for you if the price point is right for you to justify an Xbox One S versus a Scorpio. So they're targeting that audience because the Xbox One now released 4 years ago.
Something.
It's not that
So that's what I'm
long
saying.
ago.
So if the price, yeah, but still, if the price point is right, the Xbox One S is fucking sexy. Brand has it. I think it's small. If they cut the
It's
price
nice.
with a Scorpio, I mean, I don't see it's
thought-
it upscales to 4K, so whatever. But
It's. I mean that's more so for viewing purposes, right? The 4K. It's not really.
No.
It has an HDR display for games, but it's not 4K.
no, it's not 4K like native 4K. It's
Yeah.
upscaled 4K. So Nick, I guess you're
if Scorpio can wow me into getting it, that would be something that I think is realistic. That could happen.
my. Because
No one
Kevin,
asked
you're
you.
next. I'm next. I'm just gonna run this shit. My God, the most anticipated game above South Park, the Stick of Truth, is about a year ago now. Capcom in Japan, they announced that Resident Evil 2 was gonna be remade. Now, Resident Evil 2 is maybe my most favorite game of all time, even though I've done my list already. I'm working on the story. It's Mass Effect 2, but that's a different story for another day. Resident Evil 2 is seminal in my development. And if I hear anything out of E3 this year about Resident Evil 2, I need a screenshot. That's the problem with the games industry is it's all relative. It's all like we're talking about the Red Dead screenshots. If you're a hardcore Red Dead fan, that screenshot was your fucking world.
Yeah.
I am in the complete 1% because no one cares about Resident Evil, really. If they released a screenshot for Resident Evil 2, my dick's fucking hard. Like, it's
Yeah.
over for me. Like,
Yeah.
that's all I need.
And people would be curious. Even if they didn't know
I
what it
ho- I
was,
would
they're
hope
like,
so.
I want to find out what this is.
I would hope so.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's my pie in the sky. My realistic releases, I need a new Xbox One exclusive or Xbox exclusive that people care about. There's nothing. There's literally nothing. We literally ruined Tomb Raider. We did.
What do you mean?
Rise of the Tomb. We ruined the franchise.
Why?
We bought exclusive rights for a year, so no one bought the game because we were the least popular console. And now,
That game is awesome. Rise of the Tomb Raider was awesome.
no, I'm not saying it's not awesome, but the company suffered because it was released on our console for a year first, and then it got the PS4, and most people didn't buy it.
I don't care.
Which
That game
sucks,
was-
yeah.
I experienced it. I don't care. That was awesome.
And
Rise of
Kevin,
the Tomb Raider was
all right, so
good.
now we're gonna go even longer, and this might be our longest podcast on literally
Oh my
the first
gosh.
topic. But the other thing we didn't get to is the Rise of the Tomb Raider developer. I believe it was
Square Enix.
Screen is Montreal, but Screen is
No, it
Screen
was
Munch-
Square Enix.
yeah, but it's the sub
I don't know.
developer. They're not working on the new one, which was leaked off of someone taking a screenshot of a PowerPoint on a guy's subway in Canada. A guy had a laptop open and a guy took a picture of the guy's screen. and it was Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which they speculate to be the next game, but it wasn't made by the same developer. The developer on Rise of the Tomb Raider is now working on what we didn't touch on. It was the Marvel deals that they're working.
That's
Which,
pretty hype.
yeah, which is the people who created Rise of the Tomb Raider are now creating an Avengers game.
Oh, Jesus.
So
Kevin
now
Smith.
we're gonna be back in for another 20 minutes
The
because
only
this.
thing is, with that, I mean, there's only so much of that because there's a movie coming out every 3 months. There's only so much of that shit. I
Yeah,
can
but Kevin,
consume.
what-
I don't wanna
what-
play a game?
Okay, well, what Marvel game have you played that was cool? Was good?
Spider-Man on PS2.
Exactly.
Open world.
10 years ago. So we want it. We haven't gotten it.
We're due. Yeah,
Oh.
we're due
You
for
do.
a good comic game.
But
Good Marvel game.
Marvel because
No,
DC
I mean,
has.
got
Yeah, yeah.
The
Injustice,
Kevin loves the
Injustice 2, I've heard, is absolutely amazing.
Yeah, we all want to play
Yeah,
Injustice
yeah.
too. So.
Justice, the Arkham series. I mean,
You're right.
Marvel
DC's
has-
got that.
Nothing. Guardians of the Galaxy Telltale is apparently not doing super well.
There's a Deadpool game. It's pretty good.
You're mixed things, but then that came out like 5 years ago, so
Yeah.
it doesn't.
And then it was remastered with
Yeah,
extra money
yeah.
because of the hype.
Yeah,
But anyway,
because of the movie.
Yep,
yeah,
yep.
there you go, Nick. But so we have that. The there's the
by the way, I have all the faith in the world that Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yes,
devs are
absolutely.
gonna fucking kill it, dude. They fucking. That
how
game
amazing
so
was
good.
how amazing was the first one though back then.
I couldn't believe like that was
That was one of the first
came
big
out of
story.
nowhere.
That was one of the big first story games for you, right? Like not
It
story,
came-
but
well, no, that came out of nowhere for me because I was never a Tomb Raider fan.
neither was I.
But like for some reason that year I saw that and I was like, holy shit, that actually looks like. I watched I don't know if I watched a trailer or what I did.
The trailer-
honestly I don't really remember. All I remember is like going to Best Buy one day with a bunch of buddies because it was my freshman year at college. Going to Best Buy with a bunch of my buddies, going there, and all of a sudden I'm looking. I'm like, I've heard a little bit about this. This looks pretty cool, and I bought it. It came with a little comic and everything. for
That's
it.
right. I have that.
But I ended up selling that back
Oh, there it is. Hold on.
after I beat it. I ended up selling that back.
There you go.
What is it?
Above Madden 96 on the Sega Genesis.
Oh, wow.
See?
Wow.
Dude, this game was
Yeah.
This game was fucking phenomenal. The gameplay, the gunplay in it was
just
fucking
pulled you.
awesome. It came with this little comic, the beginning.
Just pulls you.
I didn't read it, but it came with it.
Game.
And,
So, you
but
know-
Rise of the Tomb Raider took that and just turned it.
Yeah,
into-
I got to beat that this summer too.
You never beat that?
I didn't beat it.
I've never even touched
loved
it.
it. I loved it too, you know. It just bad timing.
Was that a free game?
No.
No, no point.
The
By
definitive
no
edition I
means.
think was maybe.
Oh,
But Xbox ruined it. They bought the year exclusive, and then it came to PlayStation the next year, and it fucked up the sales. But you know they're making an Avengers game. We have Square Enix, Eidos Montreal, who's the people who made Deus Ex. They're
Yeah.
making
which hasn't doesn't interest me, but I mean people.
no,
enjoy that.
people love it, but no one bought it. It's got good reviews, but they're making an unannounced Marvel game. And then the last thing I want to touch on before we close out the show. Now, when this posts, this is probably going to be Thursday now, but the previous Saturday I will be in Florida with my best friends. And
Wow.
Fuck you guys.
Wow.
Well,
Did you hear that, Kev?
actually,
How do you feel
fuck
about
Nick.
that?
I'll miss Kevin, but I'll see Kevin. I'll see Kevin maybe that Sunday. So Saturday is the EA's press conference. Now,
Do you have to pay
I'm
for the
gonna-
season pass to watch it?
shut up. That's a good joke. But I'm gonna be gone, so I'm probably gonna watch that in the middle of the night when everyone's asleep. The big thing here, Kevin, is it's been teased now for 3 years. We have Emmy Hennigs, the writer of the original Uncharted
Yeah, oh my God.
trilogy.
Oh my god!
and third person semi-open world Star Wars game, man.
Just let
This
me-
is it.
I
This
don't-
is
I don't
it.
need to be a fucking Jedi. Let
Yep.
me be just like a random ass smuggler or
In
something,
the
and
world.
just in the universe. Just be in the universe.
This, I'll tell you what. This is my realistic game because this is the time EA fucked up with Andromeda. I loved Andromeda, but the world hates it. and this is their time to get some good credibility back. And there's no better credibility than Star Wars because everyone fucking universally loves Star Wars.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
So, and they've been teasing it for 3 years now almost. So this is the year where they blow it up and they talk all about it. And my God, dude, the screenshot this is theirs to lose.
That one screenshot too, right, of the dude just walking out.
But it's like it's in the Sand Moss Eisley type world, and it looks so good. But just the next gen,
it's literally been one shot for like 3 years.
That's all you need, though.
yeah. But Kevin,
the
like
hype.
you haven't played KOTOR or KOTOR 2 on the original Xbox. Those games were that, but fucking 20 years ago. So the graphics are shit. So if they could put that in modern day graphics, that's it.
It's over.
Yeah.
That is it. And that is it on the Foreplay Podcast, the one of a kind, first of its kind, episode 30, actually. I believe.
30?
Yeah, I think this is 30.
Hey, we're
30,
doing it,
the
boys.
one topic.
3 decades.
Yeah, 3 decades.
Content.
The one topic, be all topics that Brandon, the editor, is going to figure out how to cut this into 3 segments before the full episode goes live on Friday at youtube.com/foreplayvideo. If you're the 1 or 2 viewers that got this far, because you listen to all this nerd talk, we stumbled across because you're into E3 and you want to hear a random perspective about all the announcements. Because I'm into that. I want to see what people are talking about E3.
By the way, the only thing I want out of this conference is for a AAA studio. AAA, right?
To be
I need a
small
AAA
talk.
I
Yep.
need a AAA studio to announce a battle royale game.
Yes.
We all do.
Yes. Thank
Nick,
you.
no, Nick
Please.
more than anybody.
Please give me that.
For Nick's soul, we need H1 or Battlegrounds, any sort,
Enough of this early access.
Yeah,
Yep.
don't give me that
Release the
EA
game.
crap.
made by
Give me
Call
a
of Duty
game.
gunplay developers
Oh.
playing it.
If you give me a Call of Duty Battle Royale experience,
That's
I'm never leaving my
this
home
has literally
again.
been our longest podcast ever with 3 people, and this conversation will literally take us into the 45 minutes.
It's- We won't go into it.
So,
But give me that. Give me
if you're
that
still
Battle
here,
Royale.
please go into subscription in the description of this video. Like all of our social media pages, follow all of us. We'll be back next week with the Foreplay Podcast. Thank you guys for watching, listening. Hopefully all your E3 dreams came true at this point because they will all be announced and Brandon will be fucking orgasmic and be back to talk about his happiness on the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you guys for watching or listening.
Please subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/4playvideo.
If you like what we're doing, make sure to smash that like button.
Be sure to share all our videos with your friends so we could continue to grow. And we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.